Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, Sir. Sir. I said welcome, Sir Heroscapers. No, that's not how that works. Welcome, Heroscapers. Or I guess what's my normal intro? Welcome everyone, Sir Heroscape here today. So maybe that's I haven't done a live stream in a while, so all the pressure's on. No, but yeah, welcome everyone, Sir Heroscape here today with the live stream. Yeah, just figured I'd do a live stream because it's kind of reviewing cards, like sneak peek reveals, kind of like when we do a Renegade Con, when we get to see all the new stuff and kind of live react, if you will. The slight difference is that the sneak peeks are somewhat known by me. Funnily enough, I didn't have a lot of time to stop by the booth at GenCon during the event during the weekend to actually, look at the miniatures for a super long time and cards. Like the shorts that I did during the weekend, like that was basically the time I had. So those were pretty live reactions. After the fact, during the evening, I actually intentionally didn't go back and look at a lot of the cards. Some of them I did, just like. Because I was having conversations with some people or whatnot, but actually a lot of the G.I. Joe cards I didn't, read fully and whatnot. So tonight will be a good opportunity to kind of just fully read through it, get an understanding of what has actually been sneak peeked from Gen Con, talk about some of the implications, some of the abilities, get hyped for some of the stuff, and just see what the future holds for Heroscape with some of the new stuff that they announced. So we're going to jump right in here. And take a look-see. So let's go change the scene here. And we're going to start off with the Meridian squad. Now, the Meridian... the images aren't the greatest. I'm sure someone else has better pictures out there. Mine were just kind of quickly snapped. If you have better pictures, feel free to message me, chat to me. But this, I think, is still going to be pretty good. I checked through the quality of my images, and we should be able to read through them just fine. So... we'll go with that. But yeah, so the Meridian, and let me know also if either one you can't hear me, or two if the images are too blurry or aren't looking good. From my end, they look like we should be good to go though. So again, just let me know if you're having any issues. But yeah, so to start off, we're really just looking at the Meridian Infantry as probably one of the meta builds, or not builds, but like one of the meta squads. Like this squad is actually freaking good. I'm not even. I mean, in all time and in contemporary, I'm not gonna lie. I love how there's a lot of units in the game where the stat block is like you look at the stats and you're just like, in your mind you're just totally like, oh yeah, no, these guys suck, right? I mean, I remember when I first learned about the Death Reavers, right? I'm talking when I was like 12, 13 or whatever, and I got my first Death Reavers. Thanks, Adeko. I'm glad that, yeah, good. Image and audio, good. All right, awesome. I remember looking at the Death Reavers and being like, oh, they're terrible. One attack, they're never going to kill anything. And so, I love that as time went on and I played the game and got better at the game, I realized just how good, Death Reavers were. And how the stat block can be very easily manipulated, or not manipulated, but it doesn't tell the full story, right? And so the same goes for here, is the Meridian Resistance. You look at their life one, okay, fine, it's a 3-man squad, okay, so they don't have any bonding, they have, they're a 3-man squad, they don't have a lot going for them, right? But their movement's 5, range 6, that's all standard. 2 attack, 2 defense, you're kind of like, okay, that's normal or reasonable, for a range squad of 6, that seems pretty on par. And then you just look at their stats, their abilities, and you're just like, oh my gosh, right? Now, their points are already at 60 points. Again, is kind of in line with their stats and kind of in line with a 3-man squad. That's all very standard, right? But their abilities are kind of ridiculous. So we'll just read through them really quick. When a Meridian Resistance figure attacks, it adds 1 to its attack value for each other Meridian that attacked the targeted figure this player turn. Which is absolutely nuts, right? Because that means, their base attack is 2. Great. So if you're targeting separate figures, your attack's 2. And then say you're on height, that's 3. Which is decent, right? Range 6, you should be able to get some height. And so that's a decent, 3 attacks of 3. But this becomes insane hero killer potential, right? Because if you're on height, and you've got a first attack of 2 or 3, right? We're assuming height because your range almost always has height. You're bumping that into 3, so you're going from 3 attack, then on the next attack 4 attack, then on the next attack 5 attack, right? And that's just not even including really any other buffs outside of just having height, right? There's other buffs like debuffs, right? I mean, there's just a lot of units like Raylan, right? 3.0 that has a debuff, right? You have, we'll get to him, the new crab, right? We've got Serpentor. I mean, there's just other units in the game that create debuffs, right? And so it makes it easier to kill. That's not accounting for potentially like an attack glyph, or that's not accounting for, XYZ, whatever abilities are out there that actually make these attacks even better, right? And so just as it stands, they're going to get an attack of 2, attack of 3, attack of 4, attack of 5 from height, or from same level, attack of 2, attack of 3, attack of 4. Which, if it's a hero figure, that can do a ton of damage. Now, say it's just a key unit. Say there's only 1 or 2 units within shooting distance that you're trying to, have a choke point or keep from engaging you. Boom, you can take care of that 1 unit really handily, which is nice, because if you focus down 1 or 2 units, it makes it really hard to get them into you. Darkleaf, Con-Can boost. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the new Con-Can. Thank you. Yeah, and by all means, anyone watching, if you already have thought through if you've seen these, or haven't, and you think through a synergy that I'm missing, please do share it, because yes, that is absolutely crazy. Yep, you've got Con-Can. Yep, the new Con-Can, which absolutely, why not? Of course, Con-Can, synergizing with these guys, he's only 100 points. Nikatha, they're non-flying Protectors of Ular. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, actually, they're better. They're better than the Protectors of Ular, because Protectors of Ular only get an attack dice buff if it's a wounded figure. So against like a squad figure, you don't get any kind of buffer with the Protectors of Ular, and it requires the opponent to have not taken or to have taken damage to get the bonus. So in a way, they're just more consistent, better Protectors of Ular. Duke works too, for Darkleaf said. Oh, geez, because Duke, because they're soldiers. Yeah, so Duke can just reveal an order marker, and because they're soldiers, I mean, honestly, Marcus, right? I could absolutely see in all-time Marcus, just being thrown in to pod with these guys, right? I mean, you don't even need like a Legionnaire squad to like screen for them. You basically just do a pod of Marcus. He's going to give them 6 movement, so because they're soldiers, so +1 movement, so 6 move, 6 range, and then if you want to pod around him, he gives the +1 attack. Dang, that could be, and they're only 60 points. That could be low key really good. that could be low key really good. I mean, I don't know if it's cheese worthy, but anyway. Oh well, and we haven't even covered the guerrilla defense, you guys. We're just talking about the attack. I mean, gosh, let's cover the defense. The defense is crazy. When a Meridian Resistance figure defends, it adds 1 to its defense value for each other time a friendly soldier has defended this player turn. Oh man. That's just any friendly soldier. That's wild. So in team games, that's kind of cool because it's friendly soldiers. So you could have 2 teams that, like, each of you and your ally have soldiers, and these guys get stronger if your ally has soldiers and is being attacked. But really, I mean, if they're just being played in 1v1s, it just means that every single consecutive attack by your opponent, they're less likely to kill one of your units. Yeah, and the defense just keeps stacking. Yeah, these guys are crazy. So, I mean, if you think about it, what's interesting is that the low attack... Sorry, not the low attack. The... Like the low number of attack armies, so armies that have, like, 2 activations per turn, or 2 attacks, or 3 attacks per turn, they'll actually do better into this squad than, like, trooper builds. Like, trooper builds just get demolished by this, I feel like. Because Serpentor comes launching in, tries to get freaking, Serpentor up in their business, dealing damage to these weak guys, and then they just blow him up. They're just like, forget you, like, we're just gonna focus you down with our attack dice, and then you're like, okay, well, let's do our cool trooper ping shots, right? Two attacks from Destro, or two attacks from Serpentor, and yeah, you get the first or second kill maybe, but then every other attack is +1, so they start at 2. You get 2 attacks from Destro, so now they have 4, and now for every consecutive attack after that from like a trooper, they can get up to 8. Right, which is just crazy. Like, these guys are going to be rolling insane defense. So yeah, they're anti-high activations. These can get up to 8 defense from defending a Mal turn. Yeah, exactly. Maladrix, who normally loves like 2 defense units. Yeah, you're not going to get anything done into these guys. So it's actually kind of wild. Like, you kind of have to bank on the first 1 or 2 attacks going through, and sure, you can throw 3, 4, 5 attacks into them. Because, why not? Fish for the attacks. It doesn't hurt. If you've got an army with 4, 5, 6 attacks per turn, it doesn't hurt to do. But, like, gosh, you better hope those first few attacks go through. Actually, these guys might be cheese. Because if you think about that, what makes the best cheese armies? Like actually though, like what makes the best cheese armies? The best cheese armies, high activations, and consistent attacks. These guys are 60 points. So we're talking all-time full cheese, right? All-time full cheese. You throw in Raylan, I mean, what are you getting? You're getting first edition Raylan for 80 points, right? I mean, gosh, let's just start with 5 squads. You get 5 squads of these. You get first edition Raylan, that's 80 points. I mean, do you even need to put in Marcus? Yeah, I guess if you're going to pot up, maybe you do Marcus for movement and for the attack bonus. That's 480. So like for 500 points, gosh, maybe you don't even do Marcus. You do 60 times. Could you do 7? Oh my gosh. I would just drop Marcus and do times 7 of these guys. For 500 points, you guys. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Holy crap. Yeah, dude, I'm going to call it. I think these guys could be cheese. Now, I've made some crazy, statements in the past. But, like, think about, again, what makes the best, most consistent cheese armies. Like, honestly, though. Like, what actually makes the best? It's the spam, it's the multiple attacks, it's the consistency of activations. So if for 500 points you can get 7 squads of these guys and Raylan 1.0. Again, cheese is not assuming any price adjustments. It's full original stats. So if you're running into knights, right? Knights of Weston, for example, who are normal melee cheese army, they get 5 activations, right? So that first activation from Gilbert, or that first or second activation from a knight, these guys' defense, again, assuming they're potting up, defense is 2 plus 2 from Raylan, 1.0, is at 4. Base 4. And now if they're on height, 5. Now the next, on shadow or jungle or height, whatever, right? And then it only goes up from there on every consecutive attack. So normally, your units, you're saying, okay, well, we get 5, 6 activations per turn. So we have and then on an initiative switch, we get, 10 attacks per turn, and you didn't get activate. It doesn't matter for these guys. These guys, they just keep going up in defense, so they're not going to take any damage. Now, on the flip side, their offense potential is better when you're focusing one unit. So it will be a little bit harder to spread attacks and do a lot of damage across, multiple units, right? Because their base attack is 2, and when you're focusing one unit and you only have 3 attacks, the first attack is your normal attack, and then the other 2 are buffed, right? Now, if you have Marcus and height and stuff like that, that obviously shifts. But I'm just saying, in general, their attack output is going to be a little bit harder when you're spreading damage. So they could still be out-activated, but I see this as a problem for the other armies, because the other armies, while the other armies normally would out-activate them and beat them, these get stronger against those armies. So I'm kind of like, man, this might just be cheese. This might just be cheese. Yeah, King Killers, Mega Silver, exactly. Like, again, you go against any kind of, freaking Quahan, Nilfheim builds, forget that. Their base defense is 4 backed by Raylan. the first guy is probably going to die, but the second and third are going to get 6, 7, 8 defense, and then good luck with the green scales doing anything. And if you've got spiders, you ain't doing anything either. So I am going to call it. I'm going to say that there is absolutely a cheese build here. I think there's definitely something here, because even if you don't do any other aura supporters, you can do Raylan and 7 squads of these. That's 21 figures. The redundancy on that is insane. So you've got 21 figures, Raylan, and you just pot up in the start zone or just outside the start zone on height. And the issue is going to be you lose 1, maybe 2 figures per turn, and that's it. Right? Whereas a 3-man squad normally suffers a lot from losing more than that. You're really only losing 1, maybe 2, if that. And then on the flip side, they're matching that. They should be able to kill 1 or 2, maybe more. So I mean, I'm not saying it's going to like break the meta. I'm not saying it's going to win every event, but I am saying that I think it's cheeseworthy. I think it can match the survivability of a lot of these cheese builds. So that's what I say. What are the people saying? Concan Rats and these guys. Oh my gosh, Mega, stop it. Oh no. Yeah, if you did Concan Rats and these guys, so you get order markers on Rats to mop, to gum up the map. That gives, so Concan gives Rats the defense bonus. I can't remember which it's. Yeah. He gives Rats the defense bonus, but then order markers on these guys gives the attack bonus. Or no, it's the flip, sorry. Order markers on the Rats give Jandar the attack bonus. Order markers on Jandar give Rats the defense bonus. But yeah, no, that's wild. A little bit, and okay, so King, okay, so I'm just seeing what everyone's talking here. Yeah, Rats build is interesting. So, hot cheese. So for AoE or line special attacks, who determines the order of defense rolls? It's always starting in the line. So the first in the line, and then through the next people. Solid B+ army. Come on, Darkleaf, give them better than that. Or I guess unless you're talking about the Rats build. No, I think this is cheese, Darkleaf. Explosion. Okay, cool. All right, so let's move on. I was just looking at the chat, see what you guys were saying. Crazy guys. Crazy guys. All right, the boars. The boars are freaking awesome. I did get a chance to look at these. Pretty straightforward design, to be honest. Nothing too crazy going on here in terms of like complexity. But there's a ton going on here. It's awesome. So these guys are absolutely just honestly one of my favorite sneak peeks from GenCon. First of all, dwarves riding boars, can it get better than that? Like, honestly, it is so freaking cool. And they're common squads, right? So you're having a whole mess of these common boar squad figures running around is going to be incredible. I also love that dwarves are small, but this squad is medium, which makes sense. They're riding boars, right? So that's kind of awesome. Oh, yawning here. In cheese, B+ is viable. That's where the stingers are. Yeah, no, I disagree with that. I mean, see, the stingers, they're some of the best. Like, technically they're cheese, but not really. Like, if we were to bet on a stinger build winning a cheese event, I would bet money. Like, I would bet money on that. I would bet a shoe. I would bet eating a shoe, because I haven't done that recently. No, yeah, it's oh no, did my internet drop? Please don't. Let me know if the internet dropped. I'm getting a message here. Are we getting issues? Let me know here. It looks like I might be. Let me know if you guys are experiencing issues, but I think we're okay. Okay, I think we're back. Let me know if you're experiencing any lag issues on the back end, but I think we're all right. But yeah, no. So I don't think. Yeah. Oh, my picture froze. Darn. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. It wigged out there for a minute. So yeah. So basically, the Stinger army is cheese in the sense that, like, yeah, it's really good range, it has a lot of potential. But like, when I think of cheese, I think, in my opinion, the top cheese builds all have a chance at winning it. Obviously, it somewhat depends on the format, right? Because some point and figure limits are just a little bit more, advantageous to certain builds depending on the cheese format. So that tends to be the case from time to time. It's like when the Chasers and Bernie won, it was like, well, yeah, that format was very specifically kind of perfect for that build to win it. And so, any other formats, sometimes it doesn't work out exactly. So my point is that there's not many formats, in my opinion, where the Stinger army is so good that it beats out all the other cheese armies. So I don't really consider B plus armies as cheese. I think you really have to solidly be in the A minus, A minus and above range of overall, ranking to really be considered full cheese. Now that doesn't mean that B plus units don't show up in cheese. I think there are individual units that can show up in cheese and be part of cheese army cores. But generally speaking, I don't know. I could be wrong. I'd have to double check some of the rankings. It's possible that maybe I'm eating a shoe already, and there's some of the B plus that have won cheese events. So, we'll go that far. But all right. So the gallon boars. So we're just talking about the gallon boars. So really quickly here, the stat block is ridiculous, right? So you've got 50 points, 7 move, 2 attack, 3 defense. Now off the bat, you're like, oh, low attack, defense is average. Yes, but again, with 7 move in a single-spaced figure, these guys are going to be on height like all game long, right? And they're medium, so they're going to get any type of jungle shadow bonuses. So those stats go up pretty easily, even without any other bonuses. Now, when you look at their abilities, they're just ridiculous, right? Dwarven Fury, Thunderhoof Cavalry increases its attack value by the number of friendly dwarf heroes within different names within 3 clear sight spaces. I love that they're doing friendly because it just makes these units so much more interesting in team events. I love that because there's so many units, and there are some units in Contemporary that still say you control, but I love that more of these units are just saying friendly, because why not? Like, why not make it an interesting, fun little synergy in team events to have your allies buffing your units in different ways. So I kind of love that low-key units getting buffed in team events. Josephly, you can use Dorm to give them 8 move. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, Dorm. Yeah, Dorm's 100 points, which is a great bonder for these guys. Gives them extra movement. You've got all the classic dwarves that obviously go with them. And I mean, we can expect potentially remasters of those classic dwarves. And if not remasters, then just new dwarves. Because why not, right? We only have Dorum, who's a pirate, so he doesn't really fit. I mean, he fits. He's a dwarf, but he doesn't fit the theme of these guys. So we are getting a hero. We'll cover her here in a minute. But yeah, I definitely can expect more dwarves to come. But these guys are crazy because, again, you think about it, you're getting +1 for every unique. So just by having a bonding hero, you get +1. Like, so they go from 2 to 3, and then again, if they're on height, that's already 4 attack again, right? So like, if you happen to have 2 heroes in here, Dorum and one other, or Derek and Mogrim or whoever, you're already getting +2, which just makes these guys wild. Yes, I'm getting to a Mega Silver. Stop it! But yes, their Knight's Valor is crazy because these guys' Knights have Knight bonding. So yeah, I didn't actually read it, but they bond with both Knights and Dwarves, which I think is the coolest part of this ability. Is like, heck yes, Sir Dupuis getting some love. So he Thundercurve increases his defense value by differently named knight heroes you control within 3 spaces. Honestly, I think that's more impactful than the Dwarven Fury, because while Dwarven Fury is definitely relevant for attacking, like Sir Dupuis, at least in all time, because, well, actually, wait, in Contemporary, who do we have for knights in Contemporary? Let's take off. Oh no, I think this is it. Yeah. Oh, wait. No, he's wild. Okay, Sir Dupuis. Oh, that's interesting. Frostclap Paladins are knights. Wait, what does the ability state? Wow. Oh, friendly knight heroes. Oh, just Jean? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. That's what I thought. Yeah, because she's champion and knight. Wait, Konkan? Oh, no. He's just... No, wait, Konkan 2.0. Where's Konkan? Wait. Where's Konkan must be a champion. Oh, warrior champion. That's right. Oh, okay, yeah. Right. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, interesting. Yep. So in Night Irene, she's a champion. Ordo. Oh, Ordo or Night. Oh no, but they're not a hero. Okay, yeah. So literally, it's just Jean. Okay, interesting. So it's just Jean. I mean, in VC we have a few other options, but like that gets interesting with a few of the customs like Viceron. You have Jean Alder Knights, Jean VC version. Yeah, there's a couple other options. I think what's his name? I can't remember. Oh, Prince Alcahora. So yeah, so in VC they get some really interesting buffs there as well. But if we're just talking contemporary and classic, contemporary really only has Jean and then the new dwarf hero we'll get to in a second, and then and that's it for knights. So really you're just looking at in a contemporary format their bonuses being +2, at least right now. Ducatha, nice, the Green Knight. Okay, cool. Yeah. We'll get to that. That's a very good point. Actually, yeah, the Green Knight. Yeah, I did see his card. We'll talk about that. Absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, the Green Knight's gonna be crazy. Wait, is he not? Did he not? Maybe we don't have the pre-releases up here. Oh yeah, I guess he's not in .org yet. That's fine. I mean, we literally just found out about him. Chris, get on it. But yeah, no, we don't have the Green Knight up there. Okay, so yeah, these guys are going to be crazy. I think these are going to be a staple contemporary army. Honestly, I don't know that they're going to be cheese per se, because again, a lot of cheese armies depend on Raylan to be really, super good in the 80-point Raylan, and they're just going to outpace her. But they could be. I mean, they're statted like crazy, right? I mean, it's a 3-man squad that bonds. They have crazy movement. They're going to have crazy stats with all their heroes they're bonding with. And if they're bonding with Dupuy, who gets +1 attack for every knight figure within 3, his attack's going to always be 7. He's going to be blowing up units. And then these guys are going to be rushing in and blowing up stuff coming next. And then their defense is just going to be so strong. So, like, I really do think this is going to be a kind of honestly, it's going to feel like Templar. It's going to feel like Templar 2.0 in my opinion, just the way that they operate. So I'm really excited about these guys. It's just so good. Chris hasn't added GenCon reveals yet. No, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, literally just got back this week, so I can't blame him. Okay, actually, since we have the dwarves, let's just jump to Maeve. Nope, that's not it. Maeve. Yeah, we'll jump right to Maeve's since she's out of order in my images here, but let's jump to her. Sorry, here we go. Is that a little better? Still a little grainy. Sorry about that. Let me zoom back out. I think you guys are missing it just a little bit. How's that? That's better. Okay, cool. Yeah, again, it's a little bit grainy, but should be all right. All right, so Maeve. Yeah, her stats are crazy. Her stats are absolutely great. Again, not even looking at the card abilities, right? We're just saying for 120 points, if I ever wanted a 120-point unit, these would be the stats that I would want. Like that 120 points is sweet, sweet nectar right there. So 8 movement, 6 life. That already is just like whoo-wee, right? Single space figure. Yeah. 4 attack, 4 defense. So, I mean, she's just running around the board. Going to be on a height all day long, especially single hex height, which is, going to be amazing. So, I mean, really, she's going to be going 5/5 most of the game. And just the survivability is crazy, right? 8 move and 6 life is just awesome. Ducat, I think, still go with Mogrim over her for axe grinders. Really? Explain yourself. I mean, Mogrim is awesome. Don't get me wrong, survivability, but no, she gives you a special attack. She's got freaking crazy stats. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, his survivability I think is technically better because of tough, but you come against any special attack and he just folds like so quickly. Yeah, you go Mogrim with axe grinders, but Maeve with the other doors. I don't know. I think I'd have to play that out and see how I feel about it. I kind of disagree a little bit, but yeah, you're welcome to have your opinions. Maybe it's just too good with the other dwarves because of buffs. I mean, yes, I agree. Like, if you're gonna run I agree. You're gonna want her. Okay, sorry. So yes, with the boar dwarfs, you want her because she can keep up with them. That I do agree with. But I don't necessarily agree that Mogrim is better with axe grinders, or rather, he's better with axe grinders than he is with the boars. But I think Maeve is potentially better in both. I'll say that. Um, I don't know 100% sure, just because we haven't played it. I haven't gotten a sense of how that plays. But like axe grinders, I think would love playing with her. Now she outpaces them when they bond in the sense, she's got 8 move and they only have 4. So, but like the way I play that is I would just sit on my hands with her a little bit, right? I would just hold back, not move the whole spaces, and kind of wait until things get engaged before I start bonding. In fact, probably what I would do is I would do non-bonding turns the first 2 turns of the game, run them out 6 movement into the map, and then start bonding with her. Crabs with the king crab, boars with Maeve, and Maeve pushes figures onto lava. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, there's going to be a lot of shenanigans being done with her. So, yeah, so let's read the abilities, because, we get so excited I haven't even read through them yet. Okay, so yeah, her stats. So Thunderstone Charge, special attack. First of all, the fact that she has a special attack, amazing. Range special attack 4. Instead of melee attack normally with Maeve, you may move her up to 3 spaces. So instead of her 8, she's moving 3. Then move Maeve up to 5 spaces in a straight line, passing through all figures and taking low leaving engagement attacks. So this is how this is how Decker's special ability should have been done. Passing through all figures, taking no leaving engagement attacks. After moving, roll attack dice once for all figures passed through. Each figure rolls define status separately in order they are moved through. Defending figures never to have high advantage. Okay, cool. All right, so that's literally the whole second half of that is just clarifying statements. Disengage on a special attack is super good. So first off, like this makes like Fireline abilities, like this ability is like Fireline abilities on steroids, because it's everything you would want from a Fireline ability. Because one of the issues with Fireline abilities is setting it up, right? Your opponent's like, okay, I know you can hit me from 8 in a row or 10 in a row or whatever your Fireline is, 6 in a row, whatever your Fireline is. It's like, all right, in order for you to move, you have 6 move, you can move here and you can do this Fireline. Okay, I can avoid you by doing that. And they can kind of spread out their units and try and piecemeal a strategy together to keep away. She gets to move 3 spaces first and then pick her 5 line. And she's a single spaced figure, so she can she can go anywhere she wants. So there's like no avoiding her, which is I kind of love it, right? So the 3 spaces lets her basically be like, good luck, you try and space out anywhere you want. You ain't going anywhere to avoid me, right? Because she can basically say, all right, you positioned over here, well, I'm going to move 3 spaces and then set up my fire line this way. Or I'm going to move 3 spaces and set up my fire line this way. And so you kind of just have to accept that you're going to get blown up by the ability and just hope that there's no more than 3 units in a line, right? As long as you keep lines of 2, you're probably okay, because you accept that she's going to be able to get 2 targets on average, and any more than that and you have a problem. So you just make sure that there's no more than 2 in a line. That said, it's still very difficult to play around, right? Because you don't want to have to give someone multi-attacks, but that's why she's so good. Unless I mix up, no disengage on the first 3 spaces, only the line. Oh, that's an interesting point. Let's see that movement, pass through all figures and taking no engagement attacks. I don't know. That's an interesting point, Nukatha. Does she take disengages on the first 3 moves? She still has some issues as Decker, has to count normal spaces while moving it, and at max she can hit 4 guys. Yeah, that's true, because she has to be placed on the new space, and it's not a teleport, it's you have to move 5. So her most is in a straight line on flat terrain, whereas if she's going up levels, down levels is fine, but if she's going up a level, she can't target as many. That's a good point, actually. But that's a good question, Nakatha. My first inclination would be that because the qualifying statement of not taking leave-in engagements is part of the whole special ability, I would say that she doesn't take leave-in engagements from the whole special ability. But I can see what you mean, where they're separate sentences, and it specifically states that you may move her up to 3 spaces, and then it literally says, then move her up to 5 and take no leave engagements. So I could see both arguments. I can see an argument that because the no engagements is kind of a qualifier tied to the next paragraph or phrase or sentence, it's only the second half of that. But I could also see an argument that because it's a part of the whole special ability, they shouldn't take. Those 3 spaces she doesn't have disengaged based on the wording. Interesting. Okay, I mean, yeah, like I said, I can kind of see both arguments. It would be good to probably get like an FAQ, a definitive answer on that. But the wording makes it only the 5 is no LA. Yeah, it does seem like because they said then move her 5 and take no LAs, that does seem like it clarifies it a lot more. That's a good point. The then statement says the charge has disengaged. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, yeah, I think I agree with that then. Yeah, good talk on that one. Runehammer of Maeve. After Maeve makes a normal attack against a single space figure, if the defending figure is still adjacent, you may move that figure 1 space. Figures moved this way do not take limit engagements. So, yeah, this is broken. Yeah, when I saw this, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like, it's so good, right? Movement abilities in the game of Heroscape are incredibly valuable, like massively valuable. Like movement abilities can just do so much, like can completely delete position, can completely throw pods off course. Like movement of figures on your like opponent's figures is crazy strong, right? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's really good. Pushing figures makes it easier for the 4-move axes to catch up. That's a very good point, Mega Silver. Like, the way I would play her is I would do non-bonding turns, turn 1 and 2 on the axe grinders, run them out 6, then have her catch up on a turn 3, and then from that point on when they're bonding, that's a very good point. You kick someone that didn't take damage a little bit closer to the axe grinders. Look at Tanuki push, it's so good. Well, and Darkleaf, keep in mind, the Tanuki push, you have to roll the d20. Most push abilities... Shurak, Jotun, Tanukis, any push ability, almost any movement ability requires a d20. Not this one. Not this one. This one's automatic, folks. This one's automatic because it doesn't. If she kills it, it doesn't matter. You killed it. This one's you're on single hex height. You blocked that. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is a given 100%. I get to move you off of height. That's like. Okay, so actually, this is actually the truth. There's never a reason not to attack up with her. And obviously, of course, if it's a larger, huge figure, right? Actually, no. Actually, no. I'm totally wrong. There's no size restriction. Dude, this is broken AF. It's a single-spaced figure. That's crazy. A huge single-spaced figure. Karega. A huge single-spaced figure. Karega. A huge Massfwag. I'm just here for the G.I. Joe coverage. Oh, we'll be getting to it. Don't you worry. Unfortunately, I get too excited when we talk about each unit for 10 minutes. So we'll get there eventually. It's going to be a late night. We'll just say that. Throwing Molten Claw off height like I was. No, seriously though, you guys, come on, this is crazy. It's strong enough to move Karega any huge figure that's single spaced, any large figure. Kane, who's not Q11, Q11, Kane, Karega. Who else is large and huge? Any of the Frost Claws that are large. Any unit that's single space, that's sitting on a nice little perch, on a nice little 1 hex height, and you're like, hey, yeah, so about that, I know I can't kill you, but you don't get that spot anymore. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it's 100% movement. That's so wild. So my statement holds. Unless it's a double-spaced figure, there is no reason you should ever not attack up on that unit, right? Because you are allowed 100% of the time to move that unit off of that height. So you can run her up onto low ground, and you can have full freedom to attack up into any unit you want. Because if that unit doesn't die, squad or hero, that unit is immediately 100% moved off of that position, and now your bonding squad gets to take that spot. That's crazy. That's so strong. Oh no, Hellforge Manticore, you guys, come on! She's gonna be knocking the Hellforge Manticore off of his height perch. Oh, that's so crazy. She's crazy. She's freaking. Oh my gosh, she's so good. She's so good, you guys. What the heck? That's so crazy. 100% of movement abilities. Like, it's 100% success rate. That's so crazy. And no size restriction. It's just, wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, Adelburn 2, you guys stop it. It just keeps getting better. Adelburn no longer getting a height advantage for his low defense. Oh my gosh, you're right. Adelburn's cooked. Oh yeah, you thought you had Adelburn on height? Oh yeah, nope. You don't get height anymore. Oh my gosh, she literally counters pretty much any position. I mean, there's a lot of good two hex figures. Like there's a lot of good units that are 2 hexes, but they're not the what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? They're not the majority. The majority of the units in the game are single space, you guys. So she can knock off literally, I don't know, what is it? I'd have to know the number, but like 70% of units, 80% of units are single space. So like 80% of the field, she's just going to be able to take the position 100% of the time. Crazy. Okay. Sorry, I keep getting stuck on these units because they're just so freaking cool. Alright, let's go in order, actually. So let's go back. We got out of order. We'll get to the G.I. Joe in a minute. Sorry about that, Mesfwig. I'll watch the pod tomorrow. Good night and have fun, everyone. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it. I know it's a little late. We're just having fun here for, putting people to sleep. That's why we're here. Okay, we probably should speed it up. I've already been talking for 50 minutes. We've got through... Well, gosh, no! We've only got through 2 units. I suck. I get too excited. Oh, man. This is funny. Oh, no, I guess technically the stream was running for 10 minutes, so only 40 minutes. So we only spent 20 minutes on each unit. Oh, no. I guess I need to do math. Maeve, we've covered 3. Okay, see, we're not too bad. 15 minutes-ish. We're not too bad. We'll speed it up. We want to finish this before midnight, right? Okay, Cisalia or whatever this is. Yeah, Cisalia. Cisalia? Yeah, sure. Cisalia. 25 minutes per card is pretty good now. Well, no, we can speed it up. I get too excited. But yeah, Cisalia, another beast, so bonding with Arrow Gruts. I mean, obviously, she bonds with all the what are they called? Dryons. Life 4, Defense 4 is bonkers. Easily the best life fence, as we call it. Easily the best life fence for the beasts, the new beasts. Honestly, the stat block is freaking dope. I mean, move 5, attack 3, defense 4. So, like, her survivability for 55 points is crazy. I mean, Own Shoe's really good for 50 points. Like, you get the double special attack and flying, so it's a little bit different, but, like, Own Shoe's 3 attack, 3 defense actually holds pretty strong for 50 points. But now you're adding a 4 life, 4 defense unit with a decent attack. Not bad. My Roguescaper talk is probably going to go 3+ hours. Oh, are you doing a separate stream another time? That's funny. Microcorn Love. Oh no. Stop it, Mega Silver. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, frick, no. Microcore agents are going to be... Oh, no. So playable. Oh, crap. Dang it. We're gonna have a Washia Cisalia armies and just filling it out with Microcore troopers. Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Because you're gonna have a Washia with your... Well, it doesn't even... I mean, it doesn't even have to be a Washia. You could just fill in whatever cheap Dryon you want. So, I mean, you could just go Garushia just as a cheap Dryon. Garushia for 90, Cisalia for 55, that's like 140, and then you just fill out the Microcore troopers the rest of the way, and you just pot around her. Oh my gosh. Bringer of Floods is an anti-disengaged Phantom Walk. Well, let's read it. Sorry, I haven't even read it, but I know it's like water adjacent with. While Uma Cecilia is within 6 clear size spaces of a wizard you control, all land spaces within 1, including Uma's space that are no more than 1 level higher or lower than Uma's level, are considered water space instead of their normal terrain type. That's not Phantom Walk. I don't know what you mean by that. We have Ritakshi at home, but it's T-bone steak instead. Cecilia just needed the new 40-point Dr. Morenstein. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's a good point. I mean, in VC you had Ritakshi. Ritakshi essentially did the same thing, but Ritakshi was 80. Right? Yeah, 80. I don't know what Ritakshi is in Delta, but yeah, Ritakshi made every adjacent space water. Cecilia makes every adjacent space water, but for cheaper. What's interesting is that you have like the shadow guy, XI4X or whatever, that makes every adjacent space shadow, but it includes the terrain type, which actually kind of makes sense because shadow isn't like land, right? Shadow is literally in the air, like not in the air, but like it's like, yeah, it's not a land tile. So it kind of makes sense that XI4X allows shadow, but doesn't replace the terrain type. Whereas Cecilia is quite literally creating water, so every space next to her is considered water spaces instead of the normal terrain type. So lava, road, shadow, all that gets shut down, and moving next to her, it's considered water, so your movement stops. Wouldn't the water stop people guys from disengage from running far away from her past her? True. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, something for Sahuagin Raiders. I'm hyped for the 2 new doctors. Yeah, we'll get there in a minute. But yeah, so... Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, if you're engaged with her, I mean, you can run away from the space that's not water, but if you're trying to move around her, yeah, you're right. You can only move 1 space if you're small or medium. But yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, she's good filler. Really good filler. We'll move on because there's not too much going on other than that with her. Okay, Cupid. First of all, these little fays, these little like Seelie and Fae factions are kind of awesome. Like I don't know how I feel about them overall. I think I'm still a little bit undecided, but my initial reaction is it's kind of awesome, right? Like Fae is definitely a fantasy trope that hasn't been touched at all in Heroscape, and it's definitely a very prevalent fantasy trope, right? I mean, in D&D you have literally the Feywild, and our new mushrooms kind of are a representation of the start of some of that, right? I would love more Feywild terrain, just crazy wonky terrain that just has wonky abilities, and so getting some of these fun Fey faction designs is kind of silly, kind of fun, right? And Cupid, like, what the heck? Why not, right? Cupid, that's perfect, right? I love stuff like that. How do you feel about the phase getting a lot of custom bases like the pillar Cupid stands on? Custom base. Oh, yeah, because Oberon has a custom base technically, doesn't he? Yeah, because he's like on a... We'll show Oberon in a minute, but he's like on a flower or whatever. I don't know. I think it's fine. I kind of like it. It adds some character to the miniature, and the miniatures, because they're so small, like Fae, and like if you're gonna be like these flowery Fae characters being that small, it kind of just helps the miniatures be stable and not be so tiny that you're losing it. It also helps with the base being so big, which honestly is an argument that they could have potentially made one other size smaller of bases for these small Fae characters, and that wouldn't have been. I wouldn't. I don't think people would be too upset about that. But yeah, overall I think it's fine. Cupid, Fae, unique hero, archer, tricky. 35533. Very kind of standard stats for 70 points. Honestly, not bad. Those stats are pretty decent. In fact, for 70, range 5, attack 3, like, that's not bad. Again, even without the abilities, that's not bad at all. Oh, especially flying. Honestly, flying range is just always good. So there's a world where even without these abilities, Cupid fills the points just with some kiting potential there, which is pretty solid. Now, these abilities, I did get a chance to see these, are just silly, are just crazy. Like, you want to talk about screwing opponents. You want to talk about messing with an opponent's army and just making their life miserable. Well, there's Cupid. So to start the game with 2 pink adoration markers on this army card. After moving before attacking, you may choose an enemy unique hero within 5 of a unique hero you control other than Cupid. Excuse me, within 3 clear sight spaces of the first figure and roll a 20-sided die. So that's a little complicated, but basically it just means 2 figures within relative, within a few spaces of each other. And then you get to roll the 20-sided die for roll 16 or higher. You place adoration marker on each hero's army card. Remove all order markers on the enemy hero, and you take control of the enemy hero. Yeah, that's game changing. Yeah, that's game changing. Yeah. Yo, dog, I heard you like Mind Shackle the army card. Yeah, like, Cupid heard Mind Shackle was in town? Hold my beer. Golly. It's just like, what? On a 16 or higher, I get your figure. Oh, but you could get it back. Or not. Or if you do, it just might be at a really inconvenient time when it doesn't matter anymore. Golly, it's crazy. After Cupid, now fair point. After Cupid or a figure with one of your adoration markers is destroyed, so you destroy the other lover or that has the adoration marker, or you destroy Cupid, right? Sure. Remove all order markers from the controlled hero. Then at the end of the round, return it to its original owner and return both adoration markers to this army card. So, let's just say you've got a nice little screen. Let's just say you get the love sickness. And now you control that hero. Your opponent now has to either destroy the hero that you now control and stop the adoration thing. But who wants to kill their own figure when they could get it back? Or they have to kill the other hero that's now adoration thing while getting whacked by the hero you just controlled. Or they can try and chase down a stupid little Cupid to kill the Cupid thing. and if they kill the Cupid thing, then they can get their hero back. Now, smart players are going to say, you know what? I'm going to grab your figure, and now that I have it, Cupid's going to go run in the start zone and get out of dodge because we ain't going to give you this figure. So you're going to spend the whole game trying to either work your way into the start zone to kill a Cupid or just kill the other adoration markered figure to get your figure back. Well, what happens when you finally do that? This states that all order markers from the controlled hero are removed, and then at the end of the round, you return the control to the original player. So, yes, you did it. Good job. You got your figure back on turn 1. That means you still have 2 more turns in the round before you're ever getting your hero back, which means it's a sitting duck for more damage from your opponent to just delete it anyway, or just the fact that you're not going to get to use it. What happens when it's a bonded hero? It's like, ah! Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. 2 Maledrixes? Yeah, it doesn't work. Sorry about that, buddy. Can't have 2 of the same unique hero in your army. But fun to think about, if it were possible. But yeah, Cupid, just like, oh my gosh. Like there are just so many crazy units that are coming out. I'm just like, okay, the dwarves, how cool was that? Yeah, let's go. They're gonna blow up everything. Da 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 da. And then Cupid's just like, how about not? How about not? Like, can you imagine you're just like taking names, blowing stuff up with Maeve and the dwarves, and then you have to go up against freaking little Cupid who's just like, you're mine now. It's just, oh my word. Okay, yeah, it's just crazy, you guys. The meta of these new units, I just don't know what we're gonna get. Okay. So, Cupid's pretty cool. Surprised how I like all the Fae they introduced. Yeah, me as well. These little gremlins, these little teeny tiny gremlins or whatever, are a little bit, I don't know. Like, they're really creepy. They're like little creepy babies. Like, I don't know. In a weird world, they kind of remind me a little bit of Teletubbies-ish. Just, I think, some of the silly, wonky colors. but they did a good job of making them look kind of gross and mean like gremlins. But they're also a mix of like Teletubbies and babies, so I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about them. They're interesting. But yeah, kind of a crazy, yeah, Sealy Courtiers, Fey Unique squad. Stat wise and ability wise, it's a little interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about these overall. Like, honestly, their movement's great. The fact that they have range is kind of curious. I don't know, lore wise why they have 4 range. Like, what does that represent about these that gives them range? I don't know. Maybe they throw. I don't know. I really have no idea. But range 4, I mean, defense 4 is solid. I mean, especially when they have stealth flying. I mean, yeah, defense 4 is really good. And only for 50 points. So, I mean, they're 12 and a half points per figure. That's really, honestly, quite good. I will say this. They're not exciting me overall, but I think they will with results, right? Like, I think any unit that gets good results will excite you. For example, Gimbal. Thought was trash. Thought he was awful. Thought I was like, Gimbal's trash. Like the mini, the idea, sure, cool, but not any good. And then it proceeds to go and win the world championship, and I'm like, heck yeah, I can't wait to run that guy. Like, let's go, right? Like, honestly, results, I think, always are exciting. And so if a unit has good results, I think then there's always an argument to play and try them out. So with this one, I definitely think there's a reason to play them if they have good results. And here's why I think they will. Their stat block survivability-wise is really good. Like 6 move stealth flying with 4 defense and 4 range just makes them stick around more than they probably should or feel like they should. The 1 attack doesn't feel great, but then they have Dancing Lights. Enemy figures adjacent to 1 or more of your sleep reduce their defense value by 1. So they do have range, but they don't have to have range. They can just be melee, and then that 1 attack might go through, and then if they have height, that 2 attack might go through. So, like, decent damage. And for some units that only have 2 or 3 defense, like, yeah, like, again, 50 points, they can get a few kills and get that ability, that value. Now, Teeny Tiny, I think, is a very underrated ability. At first glance, we're going like, whatever, it's kind of meh. But, like, this ability is low-key really strong. Like, there are so many abilities in the game that specifically call out figure size. And these guys just gonna say, nah. Like, nah. It's just like, no, I reject that ability. I don't get affected by that ability. Which is just kind of cool, honestly. I mean, I like it. They're small, but they're teeny tiny. They choose to have no size for the purpose of enemy special powers or special attacks. So anytime any special attack or special power calls out a small medium, you do not have to worry about that ability. It does not affect them. Yes, 100%, Tyler, they are immune to Adelburn. That is absolutely correct. As Adelburn specifically states, to pick a small or medium squad figure. Guess who doesn't have to care about size? These guys. So yeah, they're immune to Bernie. And honestly, if they get Bernie on low ground, they just might kill him. Because Bernie will roll 2 defense and they'll get 2 attack. 4 attacks of 2 into 2 defense. Like, yeah, that can kill stuff. So it just keeps getting worse for this guy, I know. Poor Adelburn, man. Adelburn was the shiz, man. He was taking names. And that guy can't catch a break anymore. He's just getting cooked. Yeah, no. Like I said, it's an interesting squad. I'm not high on it personally right now, but I can see me getting high on it, right? I can see that as it gets more results, it's going to be sneaky good. Like, legitimately, I think for a unique squad at 50 points, it's going to give us results more than we ever expected. Fermat, if only they were common, could fully shut down. No, jeez. Dude, if those guys were common, I would low-key be like, yeah, these guys are crazy broken. Just because the defenses, I mean, their attacks rough, but I mean, 2 attacks will get through anything eventually. Their staying powers would just be ridiculous as a common, especially at 50 points. I mean, you could spam the crap out of those things. And again, so many abilities don't care about size. Okay, sorry, what is happening with my computer right now? That was really weird. It was like resizing on me. Okay. Sorry. We went to... Oh, we're on to Oberon now. Yeah, Darkleaf, it's unique. You thought it was common? Yeah, no. Oh, no. Those are unique. Okay, Oberon the Sealy King. First off, I kind of love the miniature. Just how he's, like, chilling. He's just like, yeah, I'm here. I'm the king. Get wrecked. Now, Oberon being a king is kind of silly. You know, it's kind of fun. I mean, why not, right? Bonds with Scions. Sure, whatever. His stat block's really curious. I do believe the 6 defense is coming from his stealth flying, right? Again, being a tiny, silly, Sealy, not silly, tiny face, Sealy, fairy, right? You know, just darting all over the place. Like, I get that. So, like, that does kind of make sense to me. It's just kind of funny, right? Having a little miniature, but it represents mobility. It represents targetability. Difficult to hit, all over the place. So 5 move, 4 range, same type of thing. Has a range attack just like the other Sealy courtiers, and then 2 attack, 6 defense. So the attack's nothing to we get crazy about, but like his staying power is kind of ridiculous. Again, stealth flying with 6 defense, 3 life, some range. Like honestly, gonna stick around the board, right? Pretty solid. Now, about his other abilities. Sealy King, after a numbered order marker on Oberon, instead of taking a turn with him, you may take a turn with a number of different unique dwarf, elf, or fey army cards you control equal to the number on the order marker you revealed. Oberon may be one of those figures. Other than Oberon, taking a turn with Sealy King must be within 8 clear sight spaces of Oberon to be activated. Oh, sorry. Figures other than Oberon taking a turn with Sealy King must be... Okay, cool. This is potentially really freaking good. Here's why. That synergy is so broad, it only gets better. It only gets better. Like, oh, cool. Rock on with Somlin. Oh, bro, that's crazy. Somlin's playable. Heck yeah. Elf Wizard's reprint for Ular. Oh, that's funny. Actually, you might not be wrong. You may take a turn with a number of different unique dwarf, elf, or fey army cards. Oh my gosh, that's crazy and classic. Yeah. Oh my word. Oh, that's so gross. That's really good. Because you could take a turn. Yeah, I mean, the elf pod. You'd only take a turn with 1 on order marker 1. But, I mean, it'd be just as good as Olganish on order marker 2. And then order marker 3 would be better. Well, that's interesting. Because the net would be exactly the same. Right? Because Olganish, it's 2/2/2. So your turn 1 would be worse, but your turn 3 would be better. That's interesting. Okay. So for the Elf Wizards, it's interesting because it's net 0, right? You're not getting any more activations throughout the entire round. You're just distributing them slightly differently based on the order marker. So you might end the round in a really strong, powerful play. But this ability, again, like I said, only gets better because Fey Army cards will keep getting more. Elf Army cards will keep getting more. Dwarf Army cards will keep getting more. And also, notice it says nothing about, what was I saying? Size? Yeah, size restriction. And nothing about squad or hero. It just says unique. So, I mean, you're not getting to do any, like, crazy common stuff. But, I mean, think of, like, Sonlin, Savaris, Elf Wizards. You've got any of the Dwarf Heroes. I mean, we're talking about Classic now as well. But any of the Dwarf Heroes in Classic. But also any unique squads. So we don't have a Dwarf Unique squad yet? No. We don't have a Dwarf Unique squad yet. So we're getting a Dwarf Unique squad. Or sorry, I assume we will be. Who knows if we are, but I mean, why not, right? I mean, if you can have this ability, why wouldn't you? So you could get a Dwarf Unique squad, an elf unique squad, which again we don't have yet, but why wouldn't we, right? Of course. We already have a Fey unique squad, and we already have a Fey unique hero. We've got Oberon and we've got Cupid. So right now, already, this unit is playable with some very strong elf heroes, some very strong dwarf heroes, a Fey hero, some Fey heroes, and a Fey unique squad. So we don't have dwarf unique squads, we don't have elf unique squads yet, but you can kind of guess we're going to. Can you imagine on a turn 3 taking a turn with 3 unique squads? How insane that would be. And it doesn't say it has to be different either, right? Because it says it says you may take a turn with a number of different unique dwarf. Okay, so this is interesting. Can it be 3 different dwarfs? I believe the way it's worded, it just has to be different dwarves. No Olganush shenanigans. So yeah, you can't take a turn with Olganush because Olganush requires a revealed order marker. But what I'm trying to say now is I believe the way it's worded, if you had 3 dwarf heroes, you could on turn 3 you could take a turn with 3 dwarves. It doesn't have to be a dwarf, an elf, and a fey. It can be any orientation of those 3. So you could have 3 fey, 3 elf, 3 dwarf, or 2 and 1, or 1 and 1 and 1. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it sounds like yes. It's I assume it just has to different army cards. That's what I'm saying. Is I think it just has to be different army cards. It can just include any of those 3. Which, if that's the case, again, that's crazy because all they have to do is release dwarf uniques and elf uniques, and squads, and this becomes, I think, super super good. Especially talking turns 3, because can you imagine? Again, a lot of the unique squads have been designed intentionally to be able to match up pretty decently with commons, or at least to fill their points and be solid. I mean, think Frostclaws, think Gnarlfurs, think these other unique squads that honestly have some solid staying power and are quite good. Imagine an elf unique squad or a dwarf unique squad. I can imagine some pretty cool abilities for elf and dwarf unique squads. Imagine taking a turn with 3 unique squads on a turn 3. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. So we'll see what they end up doing, but I mean, just the fact that you can right now do like a Sonlin turn and a Savaris turn, both of those together is kind of gross. Especially the 2.0 versions, or not even the 2.0 versions, just the 1.0 versions. Gosh, I mean, that's just good. And one of those turns gets swapped to the Kraken. Oh no, just Ken. Stop it. Oh no, stop it. Oh my gosh, the shenanigans keep coming. Oh, that's so gross. Just Ken flying in here with the Kraken swap. Oh, you're so right. You're so right. That's wild. Yeah, oh my gosh, can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, on a turn 3 where you have, like, a unique dwarf squad and a unique elf squad, and they just go blow up your opponent? You're about to take a turn with a hero, Solomon or whatever. You're like, actually, I'm going to take a turn with the Kraken now. Boom. So you get 5 more activations. And then it's a turn 1, and you're like, you know what? My hero, bunk him. Let's take a turn with the Kraken again on a turn 1, because it's a new round. So, oh my gosh, the initiatives, would be so insane. Oh my gosh. This is so crazy. This is just wild. Just the possibilities. Okay. Welcome Wanderer. Sorry, I think I zoomed in a little too far for you guys. I didn't even bother to read this ability. After moving for attacking, you may roll a 20-sided die. If you roll an 11 or higher, you may place 1 friendly dwarf, elf, or fey figure adjacent to Oberon. If you roll 16 or higher, you may instead choose an enemy figure within 4 clear-sized spaces and place it on a same level space adjacent to Oberon. Figures move Welcome Wanderer never take. Oh my gosh. What the heck? An 11 or higher? Jeez. So you're just free moving your units, and it just has to be a friendly any. They don't have to be within sight. They can be anywhere. Anywhere on the map. So you could run out with Sonlin. Oh my gosh. You could run out with freaking Sonlin. YOLO into the opponent's like big hitters, start zone, whatever, and then just be like, oh, yeah, Oberon, yeah, no, he's a little too far out there. Let's bring it back real quick. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Wanderer, yeah, Zonless, can you stop? Can you stop that? Let's summon you all the way from your opponent's, all the way back here. Yeah, because I don't want you being all the way over there anymore. You see, like, that's just like, or Solomon starts engaged, right? Because he went in for his dragon swoop, and you use Welcome Wanderer, summon him back, yank him back, and then you fly over Silly King or other heroes to heal them on, and then Solomon gets to use his attack, his flying attack ability again, because normally you have to do it with the flying ability. Well, if he starts engaged, he has to take a disengage to do it. Well, you summon it back, free engagement, then you fly him back in. Oh my gosh, that's so silly. That's so silly. Put them on the wellspring water when they. Okay, let's see. I'm assuming that's only when using this turn, like Kai got correct. It's only for Oberon. It has been done with the elvish. That wait, what? Only for Oberon? What do you mean? Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good point. Go Visley. Now we know that unique squads won't have bonding. That's a good point. Yeah, the way that the Steely King is designed. Yeah, if they're gonna design a dwarf unique squad and an elf unique squad, they can't have bonding. Well, no, they could have bonding. It would just, I mean, it would have to be done a specific way, right? Like you would have to specifically call out after revealing an order marker, right? So they would have to say that, or it would have to call it a specific type of bonding that didn't overlap in a way here. I don't know. You could find ways to do it where you can still add bonding, but not create chain reactions in this. The easiest way that's been done is always using the order marker reveal. So you would just say, after revealing an order marker with, whatever unique squad, elf unique squad, dwarf unique squad, blah, 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 take a turn with so-and-so. Now, that's not typically how bonding is done. Usually bonding is just after taking, or before taking a turn with, take a turn with, right? But, yeah, to your point, you couldn't have the chain turn bonding with Seelie King. So you would have to have, if you're going to add bonding to those unique squads, you'd have to have some sort of restriction applied through that ability. But yeah, no, this is crazy. I mean, aside from just being able to yoink your own figures back out of harm's way, which is amazing, or finally they catch up to your Savaris, who's been shooting at him all game from 9 range, and you're like, problem, bring it back over here. Then Sonlin's like, hey, you know what? Bring me back too. Brink. And then Sonlin flies over Savaris, heals him really quick, and then goes and murders someone on the other side. Like, it's just, like, the fact that you can send out your units and just like, brah, brah, and then yoink them back and then send them back. It's just crazy. Oh, man. That's honestly kind of cool. Enemy figures, too. So at any point, you can just be like, yeah, I might roll a 16 or higher and yoink you over here, too. On Order Marker 3, you can take your third turn with Dr. Torg Mortenstein Elf and then try to take a fourth turn with his creation. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it would have to be at the end of the line of taking turns. Yeah. Alright, Seelie King. Enough time spent on that guy. He's pretty cool, though. My gosh. My word, we're not even halfway through, you guys. Man, this is crazy. But that's what I said. I'm here to do this. This is fun. This is awesome. No, this is awesome. Oh, the Green Knight. Let's go. Okay. Loki. This has got to be one of my favorite designs. I mean, of all the designs, they're all my favorite. All the designs have been incredible, right? But this one is absolutely bunk. It's just so crazy. All right. Like, it's just, first of all, he's Fae. Why not? He's Fae, so he has which actually I didn't even realize until just now. I didn't even bother looking at his. He's Fae, so the Seelie King can totally just like yoink him around the board. Oh my gosh, Seelie King might be really good. You guys, he might be really good. I mean, you get to do Savaris shenanigans, Solin shenanigans, this guy's shenanigans. I mean, there's other dwarf heroes. You've got Maeve as a dwarf hero that can be part of that. I mean, we don't know what's going to be released by June or July of next year. We don't have any. Well, some of these might be actually. Some of these I think might be some of the releases for June/July of next year. But we don't know the full list. There's still stuff that hasn't been revealed that's going to be coming out by then. So it's also possible that there's other Fae, Elf, or Dwarf unique heroes or squads that may come out. But right now, with what we know, with what's available, Oberon's low-key good, you guys. Like, that Order Marker Hub ability, I mean, the heroes already that we have available to us can throw some crazy damage. Like, again, Servaris, Sonlin, this guy, Maeve. They're all good individually in their own right with their own squads and bonding or whatever, synergies. But now you have an Order Marker Hub like Oberon who's just bringing them all together. Like, my gosh, they could do some silly things. The Green Knight just attacks last in the bonding turn to get around it with Oberon. The Green Knight is from King Arthur. Does that mean you get more I sure hope we get more King Arthurs. The Green Knight just attacks last in the bonding turn to get around what with Oberon? Did I miss something? Well, anyway, let's read the ability. So first of all, he's Fae, so Oberon stuff, and then he's a knight, so he bonds with the dwarves, the dwarf squad. So that's fun. His stat block is silly good. Disregard the 0 defense because it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. 0 defense actually feels very balanced when we read the abilities here in a minute. But 7 life, super solid, 5 move, range 1 he's melee, and then 5 attack, which is just good. All right, one blow, no tricks. The Green Knight ignores all wounds taken from special attacks or attacks from non-adjacent figures and can be targeted for an attack only once per player turn. After attacking with the Green Knight, none of your other figures may attack that player turn. Oh, okay, sorry. That Mega Silver, that's what you're referring to. Oh, okay. That totally makes sense. All right, so, yes, the Green Knight does bond with the dwarves. Also, if you attack with him, you don't get to attack with your dwarves. So really, if you were throwing him in the dwarf army, he's just a tank to kind of soak damage or be annoying. You'd never attack with him. I mean, you could, but you would never do that. So really, you just bring him to actually buff the ability of the dwarves, which, again, is still cool. Now, there's a very real reason that you would still bring him, and in Oberon builds, like just like you were saying, Mega Silver, you'd have him as the last bonding unit in that instance. But he's freaking good, you guys. Like, the 0 defense is actually balanced, like legitimately balanced. If he had any defense, 1, 2, 3, which he could if he's on shadow, height, or any type of defense ability, he gets good. He's freaking insane. You guys, he ignores all wounds from special attacks and non-adjacent attacks. Like, what? Like, you can shoot him. By all means, go ahead and shoot him. I take 0 wounds 100% of the time. Oh, that special attack you shot at me with? Yeah, that you blew me. Oh, yeah, nope. 0. I take 0 wounds 100% of the time. Oh, also, when you attack me, yeah, you see how I have 7 life and 0 defense? Doesn't matter. You get 1 chance to do wounds on me. 1 chance per player turn. Once. That's it. So not only does it have to be melee, it has to be melee. That's it. No special attacks, no range attacks, nothing. You have to be adjacent. So all of a sudden, that 0 defense again feels very balanced, because what's the only way that you can damage this guy? You have to walk up to him and whack him. Well, what happens when you can't get to him? Maybe he's hiding in the back of the start zone. Maybe he's hiding behind a wall of dwarves. Maybe he's with Oberon. Whatever's going on. Maybe. You're only going to get 1 chance to do damage. Now, you might roll 3 skulls on him, and he'll take 3 wounds. But he's got 7 life. And is it really worth it to invest that attack into something you can only attack once? Now, again, maybe the answer is yes. I don't know. Maybe he ends up being a chump and not that as good as I think. But when something doesn't take damage outright, and you can only have 1 way to do damage, I know it's going to be good. Because that makes a lot of units just not able to deal with him. Mom's Spaghetti Knight. The dwarf captain from the Masters that boosts movement for all friendly units, and Order Marker 1 lets you do more shenanigans with the Fey King. Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Dorum, funnily enough, Dorum with Fey King is low-key really good too, because you're right. He gets an attack in, he buffs the movement for the rest of the rest of the player turn, so the rest of the units get +1 move. Yeah, that's a good point. None of your figures can attack. They can attack Green Knight as much as they want. So, no. So it specifically states that he can be targeted for an attack only once per player turn. So you are correct if he attacks. So this is Investive Harvest. So you're correct that if he attacks, none of your other units can attack that turn. Like during your turn, like you're running out and attacking your enemy. But during your enemy's turn, when your enemy is attacking him, they get one chance. They get one attack on him. That's what it says. It says that he can't be affected by non-adjacent figures and can be targeted for an attack only once per player turn. So you get one chance to do wounds to him per turn. You blank? Too bad. You did one skull? Too bad. Like, keep trying, you know? He's perfect cleanup or taking on a powerful hero, so he can clean up a hero with the squad since he can only be targeted once per turn. Exactly. He's great for just saying, hey, guess what? Try and deal with me, right? Yeah, solid. Now return the blow. He gets better. Guess what? After a normal attack destroys the Green Knight. So this ability does get countered. Nope. I lied. I was going to say he does get countered by special attacks, but he doesn't get affected by special attacks. After a normal attack destroys the Green Knight. I guess if leave an engagement. So you could leave an engagement and then this wouldn't apply. But after a normal attack destroys the Green Knight, at the end of your next player turn, place the Green Knight onto an empty space adjacent to the figure that destroyed him, if possible. So if there's not a space, then okay, you don't get to do it. And take a turn with the Green Knight. During that turn, the Green Knight can attack only the figure that destroyed him. After taking that turn, destroy the Green Knight. The Green Knight is not affected by any special power on any other army card or glyph while on the battlefield for return the blow. That's freaking good. That's really freaking good, you guys. Like, he's already really good. Guess what? He just got better. He's only 75 points. He could do absolutely nothing in the game. Could take all the damage, have not killed anything. And you're still guaranteed, after he dies, one final swing of 5 to whoever killed him. Now, if you're smart, you're going to try and do it with some little peon, you know. But if you're doing it with some little peon, then maybe it's not likely that you kill him. Maybe your little squatty figure isn't going to be able to kill him. So maybe you take the risk and just try and get him off the board with one of your big baddies. Well, if you do that, then he's going to whack you for 5 on the next turn. That's crazy. He's coming back. He's guaranteed to come back and whack you. A special power that isn't a special attack. Okay, a special power that applies a wound to him could still destroy him too. That's true. Yeah, no, that is a very good point. Now, because it does specifically state or attacks from a non-adjacent figure. So special attacks and ranged attacks, yes. So you're 100% correct. So any type of D20 ability, right? If you've got like Sonlin's Swoop, or if you have Sudama's Stare of Stone or Stare of Glare or whatever, any type of those D20 abilities that are non-adjacent but abilities and not attacks, that is a very good point. Yes, that would deny return the blow. That would also allow you to target him with an ability and still do wounds on an attack. That is a good point. Because it specifically calls out attacks, not abilities. Could Chomp get him then? Yeah, I could. Because it specifically states that you're smaller medium figure, which he is, and you have to roll a 16 or higher, which you can do, and it's not an attack, it's a special ability. So yes, is he impenetrable? No. He's just impenetrable to the majority of units. That's what's crazy. It's like, yes, you're absolutely right. There's ways to wound him. Also, that's like tiny percentage of units that have those abilities to do that, right? And so most matchups, he's going to be freaking annoying. All right. Very cool. Love it. Love it. Okay, you guys, Crab King, let's go. Now, here's something I don't know personally. I'd love to know, but I don't know personally. Did they make the Crab King because of me? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, that's a little conceited, a little selfish. But like, there's a very real question there because I kind of think I don't know. I don't. It's impossible to tell who came up with who said it first, right? To make a king crab unit. There's no way to see. I guess maybe there's some receipts on Discord. Maybe whoever wants to spend the waste of time going into the Discord from years ago when the lava crabs were first announced and find who might have come up with the first suggestion for a king crab unit to go with them, by all means, please do. I will say this though, that ever since the lava crabs were announced, I'm pretty sure I've been saying they needed some sort of cool king crab unit. Again, I can't claim to be the first to have said that. There's no proof of that. In fact, I'm sure lots of people have said that. But it was a little validating to me when I saw this because I was like, regardless of whether or not it was me or someone else, it doesn't matter. The fact that they did it is amazing. Because that's what I kept saying when I was like, crabs suck. They're going to need some sort of king crab with an ability that does da-da-da-da-da. And so I just kind of spouted off different ideas. And maybe it's in some of my early live streams from a couple of years back. I don't know. I'd have to check. But I'm not going to. And if you want to, by all means. Actually, if one of you finds that, I might do something special. I might send you something. I've got a few giveaways or presents. If you can find the earliest possible example of either me or some other person, either on the Discord or maybe even on my channel, like when crabs were announced, and like timestamp that or find a receipt of that, like that would actually be kind of cool because I would be curious to know just how long ago we were talking about that because I know it's been a while since I've done that. Again, if you don't have a life and you want to spend the time doing that, by all means do it. If you actually find it, maybe it's easier than I think. Maybe it's just this search feature in Discord. I don't know. You might have it in like 2 minutes. That'd be funny. But if you did, I have some giveaways. I could probably give you something if you bothered to spend the time doing that. But anyway, yes. So king crab. I'm super excited about this because again, I've always held that the crabs just needed a king crab, even if it wasn't even that good. I was like, you know what? Give them a king crab, you guys. Come on, theme. So, yep, they did. Cool. Kaijax, Draco Station, unique hero, king, monster. So, guess what? He's unfathomable. He can go with the Gilry. Is that going to be good? No. Is it going to be interesting? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be kind of fun. King, can he go with the Scions? Yes. Is it going to be interesting? Or is it going to be good? No. Is it going to be interesting? Yes. I think it's cool. I really think it's cool that they're allowing some of those cross synergies, those silly cross synergies that, again, is it going to be good? No. Is it going to be interesting? Yes, right? It's what makes Heroscape so fun and so unique and so interesting is that you can have a silly little Scion Crab army or Scion Gilry army, right? Just because why not, right? The Gilry get to move him, Scions get a bond with him. And who knows, low-key might be actually kind of good, right? Scions, yep, exactly. Scions move the king, and then ore markers on him. He moves the screen, and you can actually do some kind of fun things, right? Again, is it good? No. Is it going to be interesting? Yes, absolutely. Lee confirmed painted Kaijax will glow. Dude, that's crazy. I did not know that. That's actually really cool. Crazy. Yeah, they're actually going to have fluorescent paint job on him so that you can, like, put him under a heat lamp or just a normal lamp and just have him glow. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, end up giving him radiation poisoning. That's funny. Oh, my word. Yeah, so, honestly, the miniature is dope. I mean, it looks so cool. King Crab miniature is awesome. Stat block is wild. Again, for 150 points, this dude might just be a freaking beast. Just on his own. I mean, you might throw him into an army with your last 150 points just cuz. Because why not, right? 8 life, 6 move, 5 attack, 4 defense. Now he's a 1 attack unit, so right, he's not going to do a lot for that. But gosh, his 1 attack's going to go far. He gets a debuff space of 2 spaces. So radioactive figures within 2 spaces reduce their defense by 1. So that 5 attack goes a long way for a lot of units. So again, he's only a 1 attack unit, but it's going to do damage. And honestly, injured to the elements, or inured. What? Inured. Am I insane? That word can't be right. Inured? Inured? What? Is that really a word? Hardened, desensitized, or accustomed to something unpleasant, painful, or difficult through long and constant exposure.
Inert.
Oh, inerd. I don't know why I don't know. I had to hear it. Oh gosh, that somebody clipped that. That's a meme. I have no idea what the heck the word I'm saying. That's so funny. Inert. I was like, I thought like at first I was like injured. What inerd? Yeah, I don't know why it took me. It was my brain literally turned off. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's so funny. Okay, well, there you go. That's a that's for the highlight reels. But yeah, so basically he can ignore terrain effects, which is super dope. Very relevant on a lot of the new maps. So again, with toxic lava. Well, I guess that's it. I guess that's all you'd really want to avoid for now. There could be more. We don't know. Yeah, he gets to move the crustaceans, which is nice. It's just movement development, so you get to develop both. It's not true bonding, though. Which is whatever. But then he debuffs every unit nearby, so you basically just use him to develop some crabs, get him into the position, turn to the crabs. Crabs get to do fun, silly things, killing stuff. And then, basically, any turn on him, for any lava that got dropped, he doesn't have to take any damage while he's on it. So, that's pretty cool. He can be immune to Agent XI, 4X Shadow Assassin Special Power. Oh, that's cool. Bill Flint, nice. Yeah. He could just be like, you know what? I don't want to be on Shadow because I don't want to be assassinated. That's a good point. Very cool. Yeah, we won't waste too much more time on him. Pretty straightforward. Love the theme. Love that, lava crabs are getting a little bit of help. It doesn't feel like a fix per se. I mean, it is. It's not like a true fix would be if they just added like full-fledged like bonding and just made like a crazy, insane crab hero that like made them like A tier or whatever, right? Like clearly he's not, right? What's nice is that he's got a super solid stat block to stick around. He's got immunities to terrain, which is kind of fun because that allows him to be on the terrain that the lava drops, or when the lava crabs drop. Debuffing units lets the lava crabs have a little bit more value when they're doing their attacks, which again is all good. And the movement bonding is good, but it's not, again, a true like full bonding, so it doesn't feel broken. And he's playable in other builds with Scions and Gilry, so like it doesn't feel like a fix. It doesn't feel like it's like, this unit's only because the crabs are bad and trash, and we need this to be A tier. No, it feels normal. It feels good. It feels like crabs can be viable. It doesn't make them the best unit. It doesn't make them playable in the S tier events, and are they going to take tournaments? Not necessarily, but are they playable? Yeah, they're playable now. Like I think there's formats where you could honestly bring them and they would do well, right? He should have done something with lava. I agree. It's not the design that I would have done if I had a choice to do a lava crab, specifically something that went with the lava crabs. I would have tried to do something a little bit more synergistic with the way that they drop lava. Basically, he just doesn't get damaged by it again, which is fine. I think that's a good subtle way to give value to him. The downside is that if you go too far into him getting or giving buffs based off of how the crabs play, then you run into an issue where he is just a fix and he's not playing in a unique way. So anyway, oh my gosh, are we seriously halfway? Oh my word, we've only gotten through 9. We're at an hour and a half, guys. I hope you're willing to stay up or watch this later. My word, I apologize, but that's why we're here. We're having fun. Surprised he doesn't drop Toxic Train on death. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah, especially because he's radioactive. Right? Yeah, actually, what the heck? The lava crabs drop lava, and you've got a radioactive king crab, and he doesn't drop anything. Like, what the heck? That is a very good point. That is a very good point. That there is a little bit of a theme break there where if you're going to have all these lava crabs dropping lava, why isn't a radioactive king crab dropping toxic terrain? Huh. That's a that's missed opportunity. But I mean, there's so many ways they could have taken this. They decided to go radioactive crab, sure. There's so many other ways they could have taken it. I mean, they literally could have just done a lava king crab, right? So whatever. All right, I think we're on to the GI Joe. Well, we're almost on to the GI Joe. GI Joe is the next like half of these. So before we jump into the GI Joe, let's actually go to these other cards that are the contemporary. So first off, dang, this is hard to see. I apologize. I can still read it. Oh man, I don't know if you guys can. Can you read that? Oh, that's bad. Here, let me move this. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. You guys get the gist. This is okay. First off, well, gosh, did I didn't get the actual picture. So I should have prepped a picture. For those of you that don't know, this is the head, the undead head, like Cyclops head being carried. Then there's two massive like mummy hands. And the mummy hands are the hands of Hrognir. That's on the left here. And that's a unique squad. Then you have the head of Hrognir, which is a double-spaced, massive undead head wrapped in, like, mummified. And then you have the heart of Hrognir, which is an acolyte just carrying around like an urn. For those of you that aren't familiar or didn't see the pictures, it's on my shorts on my channel. You'll have to go and check it out. There's a lot of pictures on the Discord. So, again, I apologize I didn't grab one. Display thread channel. Yeah, there's lots of pictures on the Discord, so go ahead and check it out. But these are the abilities. Also, they're insane. I low-key think this is absolutely going to be meta. Absolutely going to be meta. I think there is so much going on here that is like just outright like delete stuff, counter stuff. What this Army Corps can do is insane. Like absolutely insane. There's so much synergy here, so much you can do. You can also, and you're getting it for I think 210 points. Yeah, because it's 70 for the hands, 80 for the head. That's 150 and 60. Yeah, for the heart. Now, how this ability works is you've got so the hands themselves. It's a 2-figure squad. It's the 2 hands. They have 5 move, 1 range. They have 3 attack and 5 defense, which, 3 attack is, it's okay. 5 moves, but it's a 3 life unique squad and 5 defense. We know how good unique squads are with multi-life. This one's got 3 per hand and 5 base defense. It's crazy. Okay? Just ask Darkleaf, who's in the chat, who just chatted. Oh yeah, that thing is crazy. He knows firsthand. He got destroyed by it. Like obliterated by it during the bounty event. Now, part of that is not knowing how to play a unit, but also that is part of the unit's crazy. It's insane. So, first off, they're large hands, they're mindless, they're relics. Okay, that's their kind of their stat block on the left-hand side. Now, their toss ability, toss 11, is basically just a movement ability, right? After moving normally, you may choose a small or medium figure adjacent to the hand, roll a 20-sided die, 11 or higher. You may place that figure on any empty space within 3 spaces of that hand. A figure moved by toss does not take any limited engagement attacks. Really good. Again, movement powers are freaking good. Mega Silver played himself playing Cobra Troopers into it. Yeah, that's his own fault. Darkleaf, that's your own fault for playing Cobra Troopers into it. So toss. First off, again, it's another movement ability, really strong, and it's 3 spaces. So if there's any type of lava or whatever, anything on the map that you're just, or toxic, you're like, yeah, you know what? Let's go toss you over here. Great, you get to do that. But what's crazy is this Death Clap special ability and how it coincides with toss. Death Clap, line special attack. So it's a line, okay? Special attack of 5. What the? If your hands are in a straight line and there are no more than 6 spaces between them, instead of making a normal attack with each hand, choose one hand to use Death Clap special attack. All figures in a straight line between both hands are affected. Baboosh! Like, Okay, crazy. First off, you have to avoid putting yourself in a straight line. You're like, okay, crap, got to work around these hands. This is going to be a problem. They can just toss you into the line. They can toss you. So they move around, and you're trying to spread out. You're kind of trying to coordinate, triangulate. Okay, stay away from the hands. And then they're just like, you know what? At the very minimum, they should be able to toss at least 2 figures because they each hand gets a toss. So at minimum, they're doing 2, maybe more. Because again, if they've moved into a position where there's at least 1 figure between both hands, and then they've engaged 2 other figures, that's 3 figures that they can target, because they can toss the first figure in the line and then the second figure in the line. Now you're lined up with 3. Maybe there's 2 figures in a line, and then they move up to the sides, and then they are engaged 2, toss those 2 into the line. Now you've got 4. Because remember, you have to just be within 6 spaces. So at their best, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at their best, they could target 6 figures, which is crazy. And it's a special attack of 5. That's insane. Okay, that's not even the best part. Head of Frognir. Okay, life 4. Move. Sorry, I can't see it. I'm pretty sure they're all 5 for these, by the way. Range 7. Attack 3. Defense 4. This freaking Cyclops head is lancing you from 7 spaces away. Okay? Not only is he undead, but he's a king and a relic. So why not have another king? Let's go! Scions bonding for days, baby! Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, you've got the king relic, the head, with some solid stats. So 4 life, 4 defense, 3 attack, again 7 range is wild. So it's going to be lancing you from a long space away. Darkleaf. By the way, I'm on Renegade Discord. 5 months ago, Roguescaper commented about wanting a King Crab unit. Can link message. Yeah, I mean, you might have to go back farther than that, to be honest. I'm pretty sure. Again, I have no idea. Again, it would probably be either me in the Discord, but it's more likely me talking on one of my live streams when the crabs were first either announced or coming out, or just on a side conversation. But I'm pretty sure I've mentioned a king crab for a while, longer than 5 months ago. So anyway, that's again. 5 months ago is decent, but I'm pretty. I mean, crabs have been around for like 2 years now, so that's why I said if you're willing to waste your time looking, I mean, I think I might have been mentioning it for a while now, but I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. But 5 months is pretty decent. That's not too bad. Anyway, Head of Frognir. Let's talk about the abilities. United Body. After revealing an order marker and before taking a turn with the Head of Frognir, you may first take a turn with 2 other different relic army cards you control. Any figures activated by United Body must be within 7 spaces of Head of Frognir to be activated. Crabs were just last year. Mega, right? Well, yes, that's when they came out, but they were announced. They were announced 2 years ago. Well, I guess a year and a half. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, they came out, they were available GenCon 2025, but they were announced months before that, and they were teased. They were teased during the 2024 GenCon sneak peek. I remember because I took notes on them. They showed us like some concept art of the crabs with hammers and stuff, and so they had done some concept art and they shared it during the sneak peek. So, it's possible that there's no content of me saying that publicly. It's possible I just said that on the side. I don't know. In my mind, I just think that I've been saying that for a while. I could be completely wrong. So, again, whoever wants to waste their time looking for my old live streams or content or Renegade Cons where I might have talked about it, by all means, please do so. But that's just me. So, anyway, Head of Frognir. So, yeah, United Body. So, he's the order marker hub, and so he gets to take a turn with himself, as well as the hands, as well as the heart of Frognir. So, the whole faction the whole core is moving together, kind of like Maladrix does with the Honor Guard. It's a full unit, so it's called United Body. Makes sense, and his stats are good. So he's your range component shooting at stuff. Oh, also by the way, Giant Evil Eye, one head of Frognir, or a relic figure you control within 7 spaces. That's the hands of Frognir. That's also the heart of Frognir. Defends against a normal attack from a figure that is within clear sight of the head of Frognir and is not adjacent to a relic you control. The attacking figure takes 1 wound for each excess shield. So, his ability, the head of Frognir, gives Counter-Strike to the whole faction. The whole freaking faction. Darkleaf. I will get that giveaway. Yeah, I mean you're working you're working the night shift tonight, so of all the people, you probably do have the time to do it, which is funny. Yeah, so the head of Frognir is giving Counter-Strike against range attacks. So good luck to anything without a special attack at all. I mean, good luck. You want to shoot at that thing? Nope. Because why would you want to shoot at something, the hands of Frognir, that have 5 defense Counter-Strike? You don't. You don't want to do that at all. Now you can try. By all means, go for it. But you better hope there's not Shadow. You better hope there's not Height. You better hope there's not Jungle. You better be on same level ground, shooting him with a big ol' attack of 4 or 5. And even then, there ain't no guarantees, right? It's a range Counter-Strike. That's terrifying, especially if you have low attack units like Troopers. Good night. All right. We're not done yet. Okay? Heart of Frognir. Unique. Undead. Unique hero relic. Okay? You've got life. It's life 5. You can't see it there, but I know it's life 5. Move 5, range 1. I believe the attack is... I can't remember. I think it's attack 3, defense 3? Yeah. It's attack 3... That's right. It's the weakest of all of them. So the Heart of Frognir is really good, but it also is the weaker one. So it has the highest life, but has the lowest defense. So it's a trade-off. It's kind of the weak point in the faction, but also not, because here's the cool abilities. You've got Thunderous Heartbeat Special Attack. Range Special Attack 2. Thunderous Heartbeat Special Attack Special Attack affects all enemy figures within... crap. I think it's 1 space. No, 2 spaces. Wait. This is 2... I can't remember, actually. If anyone's there that can remember... My image is too grainy, and this is not good. This is the picture I took. Clearly, I didn't take it clear enough. I don't know why. 2 attack, 3 defense? Is it really? No, I think it's 3 attack, 3 defense. Is it really 2 attack, 3 defense? Sorry, guys. No, so the way that the Heartbeat Special Attack works is it affects... I'm pretty sure it's all adjacent. I think it's everyone within 1. It might be within 2, but I think it's within 1. But it says it affects all enemy figures within, we'll just say 1 space, that are adjacent to relics you control, regardless of, I think that's clear sight. Attack dice rolled, each figure rolls defense dice separately. Figures can never have height advantage against Thunderbeat Special Attack. Cool. It's 7 spaces for the special? What? No. Thunderbeat Special Attack affects all enemy figures within 7 spaces. Oh, okay. I see. Sorry. Okay, yeah. I got what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. All right. Right. So if the Heart of Frognir is 12 spaces away, then it doesn't work. Gotcha. Right. So it forces you to stay together. Okay. Yep. Thank you. So right. So no. I think you're right. I think it is. I think that's right. You have the 7 spaces. So you kind of have to stay together, right? The head of Frognir, you have to be within 7 spaces to activate everybody else, and you have to be within 7 spaces to have the giant evil eye Counter-Strike. And then the heart of Frognir is the same way. You have any relic that is within 7 spaces is affected by the special attack. So the way that it works is that every relic, so the hands, the head, the heart, anything that has enemy figures adjacent to it, and that's within 7 spaces of the heart, you do the Thunderbeat special attack. It's an attack of 2. It affects every adjacent figure. Yeah, that is crazy. Because essentially, it's like, okay, so I can't shoot at you because, that's annoying, counter-strike. So I'm going to run up and I'm going to melee you. Pop, pop, pop. And then you're like, so that's annoying. How about we heartbeat you? And every figure adjacent to all your relics, attack of 2 special. That's crazy. I mean, like if you're trying to swarm them and beat them up really quick, you're just like, attack of 2, everything adjacent. And then you're like, well, you know what? We didn't do enough damage. So hands run up, boom, boom, grab, toss, in a line. You clap them to death. And then you're like, well, we didn't quite finish yet. So head of Hrognir, let's go ahead and just pop it off from a range of 7. Oh, by the way, we're not done yet. Bound by the old magic. When another relic figure you control within, I believe that's 7. I think it's all just 7. So consistent throughout the faction. And then 7 spaces would take 1 or more wounds. You may ignore those wounds. If you do, place those wounds on the Heart of Hrognir. That's crazy. That's so freaking crazy. And it only hits enemy figures, so your acolytes are safe. See, that's what's crazy. This is Revna. Keep in mind, this is Revna. So you throw some acolytes of Revna in here, and all of these units now, not the unique squad, so not the hands, but the Head of Hrognir and the Heart of Hrognir get an extra reroll on attack and an extra reroll on defense. Crazy. Just wild. Just absolutely wild. Now, bound by the old magic on the Heart of Hrognir, you're punching those hands, right? Die. And you're like, finally, I survived the heartbeat thing. I survived the 5 defense, and I finally punched through and did a wound. And you're like, actually, you know what? Heart of Hrognir, you didn't do a wound to the hand. The heart takes the wound. It's like, come on! Which is awesome. You can toss your acolytes to better spots, too. What? Really? After moving normally, and you may choose a smaller medium figure. Oh! Yeah, it doesn't say enemy figure. Oh, that's funny. So you can just be like, hey, you know what? I don't want you attacking my acolyte. How about we just throw him over there? Oh, that's crazy. That's wild. So yeah, this army core, yes, you want to destroy the heart, Tyler. That's a good point. But good luck, right? Good luck getting to it. You've got the anything counter striking you from range, and then if you go in melee, the heartbeat. And then if you've got the head shooting you from 7, but then you've also got the hands tossing you around and clapping you. Good luck. This is going to be a crazy army core. You're getting it all for the price of what? 70, 80, 150, 60, 210. For 210. Now, I think Acolytes of Revna are an auto draft with these, so really the faction is 250. Because it's going to be 210 plus the 40 from the Acolytes. So really, and you should always draft those 100%. Absolutely. So this is a 250 core. That's crazy good for a 250 core. This counters all range. Literally all range is completely countered. And then melee is kind of countered too. Like, you want to engage, you're just going to get special attacked by the heart. And then you're still getting clapped by the hands, tossed around. And the heart, again, is taking damage whenever needed to keep the hands alive. Because the hands don't get the acolytes to help with the rerolls. And then I was just about to say this, Bill Flint. Use this with Dernipian. You can become a relic and can heal. Now, you can't become a relic because that's a class. But you can become undead. And you can throw in Sudema. So, you throw in Sudema 2.0. Sudema 2.0 lets you take a turn with any undead squad or hero. So guess what? Even if you have a turn on Sudema, you can still activate the Head of Hrognir, the Heart of Hrognir, or the Hands of Hrognir. And guess what? You can still do the auto damage from Sudema. You can also take a turn with a Dernipia who you draft as undead. And guess what Dernipia does? Dernipia heals your heroes. So, you're taking the wounds, and you're like, you know what? Let's wound our Heart of Hrognir, because we don't want our hands to die or our head to die. And you start taking a couple wounds on the heart, and you're like, you know what, we're done with this. Let's have an order marker on Sudema. We'll still get some value by bonding, and she can do auto damage and blah, blah, blah. Also, Dernipia's undead now, so I'm just going to throw her in there and baba, take some wounds off the heart, and we're good to go. The other option is you just don't even throw in Sedema. You just do 250 for the whole core and then Acolytes times 1. You add in Dernipia without anything else. Because you don't need to make her undead. You don't need to have any bonding with Sedema or anything. You just add her in as a 75-point hero. Because she has I'll do it myself order markers. The I do it myself order markers are literally perfect for her ability. Because at any point when you're like, ooh, had to take 3 wounds on the heart, that's a problem. Then, when you reveal an order marker on the head, and you feel like, I'm okay defensively, I'm in a decent position, you just move that order marker over to Dernipia, have Dernipia run up, heal the heart for 2 wounds, potentially heal herself back, and you're good to go. And you keep playing on. And so that's where it's kind of like, man, like this could really be something. This could be really be something. The core is wild. It looks amazing. The miniatures are ridiculous. They look so cool, and the abilities are just awesome. So, anyway, all right, moving on. We can see these okay. Yeah, those look all right. Here we are. Okay, we just hit the 2-hour mark. How are we doing? I think we're doing all right. People are still here. Man, we've honestly averaged like 25, 30 people this whole time. So, way to go, you guys, for staying up. East Coast people, I'm sorry you're still awake. West Coast people, you're feeling all right, and Central people, you're ready to put your head on a pillow. So, appreciate you guys sticking around. We'll try and get you to sleep here in the next hour. Not gonna happen. So we've got Dr. Harlan Eisen. By the way, this is where the Eisenek started from. That's confirmed. The league confirmed it. Talked to her. Dr. Eisen, he's the man. He's the dude that started it all. And that's why he has a crazy freaking Eisenek ability. So he's an Eisenek and a Vorid. So he gets all synergies that come with that. Life 4, move 5, range 6, attack 3, defense 3 for 70 freaking points. Dude's crazy. Honestly, solid stat block for 70 points. Haven't even covered his abilities yet. Let's look at it really quick. So, Dr. Harlan Eisen, begin the game with 3 Scion Silene markers. Once per player turn before Dr. Harlan Eisen or another Eisenek, Void, or Scientist. That sounds pretty good. You control within 5 clear side spaces, moves normally, or defends. You may remove a Silene marker from this card and add 1 to that army card's move, attack, and defense values until the end of that player turn. It's so crazy. You guys, like, Lich was already freaking dope. Just jacking up Scav, jacking up, oh, hey, here we go. Just Ken, Sir Heroscape mentions a king crab at 1313 is Molten Crustacean review. The video was probably pre-recorded, so it seems farther away than just February 23rd. Wow. Of this year? That's pretty solid. Nice. Nice find. Yeah, that would make sense if that's when I did the review. What did we say was the Roguescaper? Was that 5 months ago? So that was in March or April? Oh, he said he found that in the Discord. Yeah, I can't remember. Where did I do that? Darkleaf, where did you post that? I can't remember what you said. Roguescaper 5 months ago. Oh, just in the Discord. Oh, you didn't say the specific date or time. Whatever, that's fine. But yeah, February is where I landed on 2, so that's probably right. Late February. Okay, yeah. We're gonna need so many boars to stop those reavers. Just Ken will split the giveaway. Yeah, that's pretty decent. February is pretty early. Let's see, February of this year though. See, I would still venture to guess, if someone still wants to spend the time, I would still venture to guess I mentioned it earlier than that. Because again, we got the crabs last year, and we already knew they were bad last year. So anyway, I'm just saying, that's pretty impressive. I'm glad you guys found it for February of this year. So if anyone can beat that, I'll keep the open invitation. You can just keep chatting on either the comments of this video or other videos. I'll keep, for those of you that are here, I'll keep the invitation open for anyone that can find an earlier reference. But it looks like February by Just Ken is the leading one. Okay. All right. So Dr. Harlan, yeah. Wait, what did I miss here? Because it says once per player turn before figure you control. It just says figure. Oh. To that army cards. Oh, God. Jeez. Oh. That's so good. That's crazy. That's insane. Holy heck, that's insane. That's like really, really good. That's like really freaking good. Gosh, for 70 points? You just keep it at the front of your start zone. Like, what the heck? Harlan makes Reavers go... Yeah, dude, seriously. Like, no joke. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Because it's scientists, Vorids or Isonek for 70 points. He just sits in the front of your start zone, and then you just freaking blow up your squad to go insano whenever you need him. And that's 3 times per game. Oh, and by the way, more machine than man. Let's read that really quick. Once per game after removing a citizen marker from this army card, you may remove all wound markers from this army card and return any removed citizen markers to this army card. For the remainder of this game, add 1 to Harlan's attack value and subtract 1 for defense. So, yeah, okay, he gets a little stronger attack and minus defense, but guess what? You get 3 more markers, and if you were whacking him to try and kill him, he heals himself. So you get 6 markers. That's 6 full turns of statted out frickin' Isonex, bro. Golly. So they go on a turn 3. They're going to get 6 move. 6 move. 4 attack. Well, their defense doesn't matter on the attacking turn. But... yeah, 6 move and 4 attack, and then from height they're just gonna blow stuff up, and then so that's on a turn 3. Then you do that on a turn 1. You blow stuff up on a knit switch. That's only using 2 markers. You get to do that 4 more times. Golly, that's crazy. Yeah, and yeah, it's half the game if you don't use it for defense, and you could use it for defense. Now I don't know that I would. There are times when you would, like, for example, if you've got a really strong position on height, or you've just got a really solid control of the map, or maybe the game's really kind of close and you're like, I just can't lose this position. There are times when, yeah, I think you'd use a ceiling marker, because, again, you get 6 of them, and, you know, they're best used on your offensive turns, agreed, but I think there's relevant defensive positions to use that. Especially because it's before rolling defense dice. Like, yeah. Especially if it's a key unit. So you could have, they could be on their second attack. It doesn't even have to be the first attack, or the third, or the fourth. It could be just like, hey, this is their second attack into this unit, and it's their last attack into this unit on height, and gosh, like, they only got 2 skulls, but I really want to make sure that this guy doesn't die. I'm going to, you know, get the bonus just to try and help me out. Like, that's really cool. They're probably good to use on Lich or Scav defense turns. Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's true. That's a very good point. In fact, I agree with that. They're the commons for sure. You just want to save those for the attacking turns. Yeah, and then when he's with the Isonek build with Lich and Scav, he's just yes, you on both. You're helping him survive. Also, you're just double injecting Scav for insane. Oh my gosh, double injected Scav is crazy. Scav's gonna, like, his veins are gonna be popping, bursting at the seams with this saline stuff that's just being injected turn after turn after turn. Like, literally 4 turns in a row. Turn 3, Scav goes, gets injected by Lich, injected by Dr. Ice, and just like, and then he does his X, injected by Lich, injected by Dr. Ice, and then he goes on turn 1 on a Knit Switch, injected by Lich, injected by Ice, and then turn 2. Then he takes the X again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wait. What? Wait 1 second. Mega Silver. Harlan only needs to inject once. Oh my gosh. Once per player turn. Oh, jeez, it's even better. Dude, it's so freaking good. Mega Silver. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You could do it again, and the second one is boosted. The turn 3, Lich injects Scav. Dr. Harlan injects Scav. That injection from Dr. Harlan is good for the full player turn. So when the X order marker is revealed on Scav, you do have to inject with Lich again if you want, but you don't have to inject again with Harlan. That's so silly. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's freaking dope. Okay. No, I misread. The injection is once per player turn. Well, yeah, it's once per player turn. You only spend it once, but only need. Right, so you only spend it once, but only need to spend it once. That's what I said, or that's what you said. Yeah, no, that's what you said. I understood that correctly. Yeah, the full turn. So the X order marker on Scav, it still applies. No, yeah, that makes sense. Ugh, crazy. Okay, Dr. Valentina Lockhart. Still crossing my fingers for a new castle set, maybe with or drawbridge or something. Oh, gosh, that would be super dope. Honestly, I'm in the boat of I want more village terrain. I want more like non like impact terrain, like gameplay changing terrain. What I mean by like just line of sight blockers. I just want a medieval village. I want to have a battle where I have road terrain going in the middle. I've got like some fence posts that I can make a little like near a little cottage. I want a couple cottage buildings. I want a mill, right? Like one of those like medieval mills. Maybe have like a paddock or a livestock area. Just like there's so many cool things you can do with the Heroscape terrain already, but it feels all broken. It feels all kind of nature. It does feel like a battlefield, but so many battlefields are waged among like cities, right? Among villages, or like in the buildings, right? I would love more line of sight blockers, but like actual like ruined buildings, or just buildings in general. Like doesn't even have to be a ruined building. I mean, give me an elven world tree with world tree homes or something, right? Or give me just any type of medieval like village. Like that'd be super dope. But okay, each faction should have their own castle. Yeah, I agree. That would be super sweet. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, Dr. Harlan Lockhart. Human unique scientist, precise. Life 5, move 5, range 5, attack 3, defense 2. Oh, okay, squishy. 85 points. Schemes from space. Dr. Lockhart is on this. Lockhart is on the battlefield. You may add 2 to your d20 die roll for special powers of unique Revna. Invitor figures in your army. Broken. Oh my gosh. Maladrix loves her. Maladrix freaking loves her. Sudema. A temple train would be very cool. Yeah, that would be dope. There has to do a pen for Cornelius Breach. That's funny. Alright, coordinated deployment 3. At the start of the game, you may select up to 2 scout or scientist army cards. From your army and place them on the army card. The figures and do not start the game on the battlefield once per game. Before placing your order markers, you may place that locker on an empty space within 3 the friendly figure. Then place any figures held by bop 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 bop. Okay, so yeah, really good. The best deployment ability in the game. That's really freaking good. You don't start on the battlefield with her or two scouts or scientists. Scouts, contemporary, I feel like there's no relevant scouts, so I'm sure that's just for funsies for future fun synergy. Or, I mean, current synergy. I mean, all time there's plenty of different scout units, so whatever. But, contemporary scouts, I'm sure there'll be some interesting future synergies. Right now, the Oranganators, which we'll get to in a second, are really what I think the synergy is built for, them being scientists. Yeah, R Slugger, as if Maladric's chest burst needed a +2 for it. Yeah, seriously. Um, okay, so deployment, coordinated deployment 3. Yeah, so really it's just her and two buddies start off the map, and then once per game. Wait, so it says at the start of the game, you may select up to 2 units from armor card and place them on this armor card. These figures. Okay. Once per game before placing order markers. Okay, yeah. So literally at any point in the game. Before the round starts, you just get to do it. That's freaking good. That's really, really good. Dang. An orbital strike, I did see this one. This one's wild. Wild. Oh, she also has flying. Well, that's good. Or range 6, attack 2 plus special, explosion 2. So it's targeted figure plus every adjacent space and every space after that. That's crazy. That's a really big explosion attack. Add 2 skulls to the attack roll against the targeted figure. So it's really deleting whatever figure you target. Add 1 skull against figures within 1 space of the targeted figure, which is also crazy. Oh, that's an automatic skull. And then defending figures never have height advantage. An orbital strike attack may only be used once per game and cannot be used in the same round as coordinated deployment. That makes sense. Keeps it from being completely busted. That said, it's still very good because you're already getting a double auto skull on whoever you're targeting, and then an auto skull on all adjacent, and then the people out around the edge, they just roll normal defense. But that's crazy. Oh, Void Glide Strikers or Scouts. Oh, cool. Okay. Actually, that's interesting. Does she make Void Glide Strikers good? Does she make them good? You drop in two Void Glide Strikers with her, and then you only need 2 order markers to get the other 2. You just, for, they're what, 60 points? 65? 60? 60 points, right? I think they're 60. Maybe they're 65. Can't remember. 85, what is that, 140 points? It's kind of a lot. I mean, I was going to say, if you just keep the Void Glide Strikers and her off the board, you run with whatever army you have and you say, I'm going to beat you with the army on the map. And if I don't, then I'm going to drop in Dr. Lockhart and the Void Glide Strikers for an end game whenever I want. And whenever I want is anywhere on the map. And also, I'll get an orbital special attack to just absolutely obliterate you. Oh my gosh. Wait, you get to start the game with 3 Glide Strikers. Oh, well, right. So, on turn 1. Right. Exactly. So, to your point, because you're starting with 2, the first order marker, you get the 3rd. Right. Exactly. So, you could fly them in turn 1, have 3 attacks down into your opponent's start zone. Yeah, and 2 order markers, you have the whole team out. That's scouts include Battlecopter. Whoa! Battlecopter, Cobra Flight Pod, and Zetacron. Really? Oh my gosh! Wait, can you do Zetacron? Does it have a size restriction? Oh my gosh! It doesn't. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're gonna have some stupid freaking shenanigans with Zedekron being like, being dropped into the middle of a freaking map with Dr. Valentina Lockhart and just blowing up opponents' hero characters on turn one. Oh my gosh. Ah, that's gonna be so annoying. Oh no. Dude, literally every assassination format, this is the unit you bring. Why wouldn't you? Every assassination format now gets, I don't want to say broken, but kind of, by this unit. You bring Dr. Valentina Lockhart, you bring either Void Glide Strikers or Zedekron, depending on the format, if it's contemporary or all-time or whatever. Yeah, like, why would you? Like, that's literally the play. Or, to your point, you bring Battlecopters or Cobra Flight Plods, either one, and you do the battle ready ability or whatever, and you have them go blow up the start zone on turn one, because you can orbit them in, and then you drop them in the battlefield, and then you just move them out and blow up a person's start zone. Now, I guess you still have to win initiative for that, but yeah. And it's a free 3 to 4 move. Yeah, no, that's silly stuff. That's good. Oranginators, life 2, move 6. Yeah, range 6, attack 2, defense 2, 75 points. Super underwhelming. They're better than we think. But, super underwhelming. But they're better than we think. The reason being is they're so the miniatures are so big. I'm just like, like the initial difficulty of seeing the stat line is like, Now, their abilities obviously are going to make up for that, right? So Heimdall Station, after revealing an order marker on him before taking a turn with the Oranginators, you may face trigger turn with any agent or scientist here you control. There's a ton of agents, a ton of scientists. Well, not a ton, but, you know, we're getting quite a lot more. I mean, we've got Valentina as a scientist. You've got Dr. Ison's a scientist, right? He can inject them. You've got Dernipia, right? You've got a number of other scientists. You have a lot of agent heroes in all time. Agent Carr in contemporary, all of a sudden he's good, right? You can bond with them, so that's cool. So like the bonding heroes can definitely take some focus off of them. Oh, and by the way, also flamethrower special attack is freaking nuts, right? You're getting a line 4 attack 4. Any special attack with 4 is really good. You can target multiple figures. Oh geez, Agent SI4X is an agent. Oh, that's cool. That's freaking cool. And then Force Field 19 keeps them safe from I mean, they're basically Mohicans. Keeps so range attacks, so it's really tough to do damage. But they always get auto shield, which is nice. Oranginators always add 1 automatic shield to their defense rolls, and they would take 1 or more wounds from an attack and non-adjacent, blah, blah, blah. It's literally the same as a Mohican. So not only are they like a Mohican where they can just not take damage from range attacks, they just have an auto shield. So that 2 defense is still quite weak, right? Because if you're rolling 2 or 3 skulls to attack them, you know, odds are pretty good you're going to wound them, right? Because the auto shield's nice, but like, you know, you do have bigger attack rolls will get through. So being a 2-figure squad with 2 defense and 2 life, it's kind of like I don't know. Like I'm curious to see how they do. Like 75 points, you know, it's like 35. What is that? 37 and a half points per figure. It's pretty high. But per life, it's only like 18 points per figure. So it's not bad, right? Like 18 points per life is decent. It's just I'm concerned that all it takes is 1 or 2 big hits and they're just kind of done, right? The auto shield doesn't do much once you take that first hit or 2. So you're really going to need the bonded heroes to kind of take the focus off of them, keep your opponent busy. Either that, or you're just freaking flamethrowing them to death so much that your opponent just can't even react. So I'm curious to see how they do. I think they are... I think for what they do, my initial reaction is underwhelming. Because of the miniature. The miniatures are massive. I just think in general, they probably... Even though the auto shield is good, and auto shields are extremely powerful, I know how powerful they are, I think it's warranted to either have 3 defense, or... You don't do that at all. You leave those stat block abilities, but maybe make them a 3 life 2-man squad. Because it's a 2-man unique squad with only 2 life. I think 3 could have been warranted here. And still might. They still might update it. These aren't finalized cards by any means. An automatic shield is kind of like having +3 defense, right? It is, yes. So 2 defense with an auto shield is essentially 5 defense. That's correct. So I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I know it's good. So 3 defense is probably actually too good. So I would rather that they either go up in life to 3, or maybe bring the points down a little bit. The 2 defense and auto shield is fine. I'm fine with that as long as they have like a little bit more survivability with the life, I think. But that's just me. I think Transformers is likely. What do you think about doing? Heroscape. Oh yeah, another IP. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay, that's it. That's it for the stuff. That stuff. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh, we have 12 cards. Still to go. I've been doing this for 2.5 hours, you guys. We doing okay? Let's see. I got through 1, 2, 3. I got through 9. I guess 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. I got through 15 cards. This wasn't too bad, but we stopped 12 cards. All right. We're going to do our best to go fast because at some point I probably should, go to bed. But, it's fine. I stay up late. This is the morning, or the evening is young. We just started, right? We're enjoying ourselves. We're having fun. Okay. Let's go. Yeah. Give me a second. Where are we? Yeah, I think we're here. Okay. Nope. Alright. Can we see that? Yeah, I think we can see that. Yeah. Alright. Cobra here. I'm zooming in a little bit. Oh, that's a little too much. Oh no, Phantom Hawk, we can see that. Okay, cool. Okay, human, unique hero, ninja, destructive, firefly, cobra. Okay, so 4 life, 6 move. Okay, and I have to be honest, I have not seen most of these G.I. Joe things, so this is real reactions for most of these. A couple of them I think I've looked at, but okay, sorry. Move 6, range 5, attack 3, defense 4. Okay, so honestly, super solid. 80 points. That stat block is really good for 80 points. It's actually really good. Well, the 4 life, 4 defense is a little bit weak. That can go pretty quick, but the rest looks good. Okay. Oh, ninja. Okay, so bonds with Jinx and Kamakura. I think that's it, though. I want to say. Okay, join deploy bonds. Start the game with 4 remote bomb treasure glyphs on this army card at the start of each round. After placing order markers, you may place a remote bomb treasure glyph from this army card power side up onto a space within 6 spaces of Firefly. So you start with 4 at the beginning of the round. After placing order markers, you can you may place a remote bomb. So 1 power side up onto a space. Does not say empty space. Does not say empty space within 6. I have a feeling this is not going to go well. Remote bomb, temporary treasure glyph. When a figure attempts to pick up this treasure glyph, if it is power side up, roll a 20 die. If you roll 1 from each figure within 1 space of this, takes 2 wounds. You tried to pick up the dynamite and you set it off. Oh no. If it's 6 through 15, you fail to pick up this glyph. Okay, if you roll 16 or higher, you pick. Oh geez, so you do not have good chance of picking it up. So once it drops, it's kind of that's it. It's there. That's crazy. Oh no, that's not good. Let's see. What's his detonate do? Range special attack 4. Oh no. Choose 1 remote bomb treasure glyph on the battlefield. All figures within 1 space of the chosen glyph are affected, regardless of engagement and line of sight. Roll once for all affected figures. If you roll 7 figures have no height advantage. After this attack is resolved, remove the chosen. Oh my freaking gosh. You guys, this is insane. Like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. He's Cobra, so he can bond with troopers. Like, right? Oh no. He doesn't bond with troopers because troopers only bond with warlords and profiteers. Okay, that's good. He's still buff. He can buff the troopers, but no, he doesn't bond with them. But dang, that's crazy. So he's blowing the crap out of people. Like 6 glyphs, and it's just passive placement. So wherever he is, I mean, you could keep him in the start zone and just create a wall of remote freaking detonate bombs and say, "Come at me, bro. Come at me. Come at me, bro." And your opponent walks up and they go, "Bop, boop." Attack off 4. That's insane. You could also just YOLO him into your opponent's base, into his start zone. You just be like 6 movement, screw it. I'm running turn 1 all the way out, or round 1 into a hidey hole, and then at the beginning of round 2, boom, detonate into your start zone. Can you just normally drop the bombs? Wait. 1 second. Wait. The what? Drop the bombs like treasure glyphs as well. Good question. Let's see. Start the game. Okay, you may place a normal bomb treasure glyph from the tournament card power side up when a figure attempts to pick up this treasure glyph if it's power side up. Yeah, because it's because it's a power side up glyph. Anytime you drop a treasure glyph, it's power side up. So yes, he can place it 6 spaces away. He can also place it just like a normal treasure glyph during his movement phase. Yeah. Anyway, that's crazy. Diffuse Fireflies may add 10 to his D20 as rolls for traps and pick up treasure glyphs. Okay, so that just lets him... it lets him auto pick up other treasure glyphs, which is kind of very cool. But then also it lets him diffuse his own bombs, which is cool. Phantom Walk. Cool. Alright. Yeah, that guy's crazy. Let's see. The fact that we're getting tanks is wild to me. I never thought I'd see the day when we would be getting Heroscape tanks on the battlefield. Always dreamed of it, but here we are. Rip it. Human, unique hero, tank, aggressive, huge 8, move, let's life 4, move 5, attack range 6, attack 3, defense 6, solid. That feels reasonable for 130. That stat line seems reasonable. Double Diablo gun. This figure can attack non-adjacent figures even while engaged. Makes sense. Once per turn after attacking with this figure, it may make one. Okay, so double attack, but also potentially non-adjacent figures. Makes sense. I think that's fine. Tank movement when moving this figure ignores elevation changes of only 1 level. That's really good. Don't underplay how good that is. That is extremely good. Most maps, especially competitive maps, I mean, if you're making a crazy, silly map, like, yeah, that's not relevant because, elevation changes can be nuts. But, like, if you're playing at a tournament or just, at what you want to be a competitive map or a normal-sized map, a ton of the elevation changes are 1. In fact, the best way to design maps is to allow elevation changes of 1. Anytime that you have a roadblock of 2 or more hex height, creating kind of a little cliff or a speed bump, if you will, along a long area, that makes it very unbalanced, right? So most competitive maps aren't going to have depth changes of more than 1, at least in a wide area. So this is very relevant. Like the tank movement power, that's a cool way to make them a bit more mobile despite being double spaced. It is impressive that they fit his tank on a double span and it doesn't look wildly out of scale. Yeah, I'm curious. I didn't get a lot of time to look at the scaling when I was at the booth. I wish I had. From my initial reaction, it looked okay. It looked fine. Again, I wasn't 100% locked in on checking the sizing. Tanks are tough because, it's a freaking tank, right? Tanks are massive. So the scaling, it's difficult to make for a miniature game. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. I don't know. When we see it, and then I'll have more of an opinion. Rip push 11. Or rip rush 11. So moving normally. We rip up to 8 spaces in a straight line. Dang. While moving the rip plus rip, it may move through all small, medium, large figures and never takes any engagement attacks. Remember, you must roll a d20 once for each figure moved through. If you roll an 11 or higher, that figure takes a wound. Whoa! That's pretty freaking good. Dang. 50-50 chance at dealing damage? Wow. And you're just like, whoo, 8 spaces in a straight line. Dang, that's pretty good. Let's see. After moving, you must roll a twister once for each figure moved through. Okay. So yeah, I mean it's a fire line special attack, just like, or it's just like Decker, just like Maeve. Yeah, I mean, essentially the same. Yeah. And it affects large figures too. Oh man, poor Deathwalkers. Poor Deathwalkers. Okay, cool. All right, we got another tank. Oh man, what is this? Oh, the common hero. Oh, that's right. They did like this like unique and common hero thing that you switch out. Yeah, that's right. 3, 5, 6, 3. Okay, so same stat line, right? Oh yeah, a little bit more. Okay, yeah, this is the unique hero. That's right. Yeah, I do remember hearing about this. And then this is the common hero, so you can have multiples of these. That's right. So double gun, same thing. Tank movement, same thing. Battle ready. Okay, so you just get to do the X and then take a turn. Okay, for 110. So what? 20 cheaper, a little bit less life. Everything else is the same essentially. Other than the Rip Rush. Okay, not bad. Yeah, so for the common hero, okay. Yeah, so basically, we get to have an army of tanks. That's freaking cool. Oh man, actually, having a battle ready tank, that's actually really cool because I don't think the battle copters are all that impressive, but having a tank with battle ready, that actually seems very relevant. Okay, Zartan. What do we got for you, Zartan? 60-point unique hero agent. Hey, so that's that bonds with the Orangutators. Let's see, life 3, move 6, range 5, attack 4. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, especially from height with the move 6. Okay, destructive force is just for you to reduce their defense value by 1. Okay, dang, that's pretty good. Prime Zartan, after Zartan destroys an adjacent figure, Zartan may make an additional normal attack. Zartan may continue attacking till he does not destroy an enemy. Oh my gosh! Bro, that's really good! So all adjacent figures reduce their attack by 1, or their defense by 1. His base attack is 4. So he's killing stuff. Like, killing stuff. And then, if you go and jump him into the fray of a bunch of units for 60 points, he's just trying to sell out and kill as much as he can. He gets to keep attacking and killing stuff as long as he's killing stuff until he does not destroy an adjacent figure. So that keeps him from doing his ranged attack. So after it destroys an adjacent figure, Zartan may attack an additional normal attack. Zartan may continue attacking until he does not. So that's interesting because he stops his attack the minute that he doesn't destroy an adjacent attack. So you can actually get an extra attack but be non-adjacent, but it just stops the attack. So you could engage like 3 figures, run up, boom, kill the first one, kill the next one, kill the next one. You've achieved all your conditions. Now the only condition is that you killed an adjacent figure to get another attack. Now because you've killed the last adjacent figure, you still get another attack. But now because the range is 5, you can do a range attack from 5. Now, say you attack, doesn't matter, you kill or defend, whatever happens, doesn't matter. Once you perform that attack, even if you kill that figure from range, your attack sequence finishes, but you've essentially done all your adjacent attacks that got you an additional range attack. And that would apply for anything. I mean, you could target one adjacent guy, kill the adjacent guy, and then take a range attack. Dang, that's solid. That's really good. And Chameleon. When a figure attacks with a normal attack, if it can target a figure you control without the Chameleon special power. Oh my gosh. It cannot target a figure you control with the Chameleon. Oh my gosh. I was going to say 3 life, 2 defense. Yeah, he beats you up and then you take him out. You can't. You can't kill the guy. What? Now, of course, it says normal attack, so like special attack, special abilities. But my word, this dude's not gonna die. You can't even target him. assuming you play it right and you keep them around your other units, if your other units could have other targets, that's crazy. Well, I guess I should correct that. In melee, if he's the only target, I think that's the only target. Enemy figure attacks with a normal target. It can target a figure you control without the greatest special power. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I correct my statement. If they manage to engage him, and him alone, then they can just kill him. Yeah, they can kill him really quick. If there's other figures engaged around him, then they have to attack the other figures. So with Zartan, you do have to find a way to keep him safe, right? So you're gonna have to find a way to keep him nearby allied figures to make it as difficult as possible to engage him and kill him. I love that you can put different figures into the tanks. I didn't know that. I think that's pretty freaking cool. Oh, that's right. That's how you get the unique figures. Yeah. Major Bluto. What do we got here, dude? What is this? Human unique hero. Oh, Profiteer. There we go. There's another one. Bonding with troopers. 5 life, 5 move, 5 range. 3 attack to do. Solid, man. 70 points. That is a solid unit. Holy heck. Bluto's blaster. Bluto? Wait. Major. Is that Bluto? Blood? Bluto. I think it's Bluto. But that makes it look like Blood's blaster special attack. I don't know. Blood? I think it's Blood. It's got to be Blood. Bluto sounds kind of stupid. So my guess is it's Major Blood. That sounds way cooler. So Major Blood. We'll say Blood's blaster and then Blood's blaster special attack. Range 5 attack. 0? Okay. It's Blood. Okay, that's what I thought. Appreciate it. Range 5 attack 0. Special. Explosion 1. Add 2 automatic skulls to the attack roll. Major Blood is not affected by his own Blood's blaster special attack. Blood can use this attack only once per round. Oh my freaking gosh. There's not even a roll. You don't roll anything. It's just... You don't even roll dice. I thought this was a dice game. I thought Heroscape was about rolling dice for combat and rolling defense for... What the heck? It's literally attack 0. It's just, no, you don't roll anything. There's 0 dice rolled on this attack. It's just 2 skulls. It's just, yeah, right there. Yeah, 2 skulls. Yeah, your defense. Yeah, I know you have 2 defense or 1 Yeah, no, you're dead. Automatic kill. Wow, that's crazy. Just instant 2 skulls. And that's it. You just, we're attacking him. That's crazy. That's wild. And it's an explosion attack. So, you're running troopers and your opponent's running troopers, but your opponent has Major Blood. Goodbye, troopers. Bill Flint, you mentioned Queen King Crab in your ranking Heroscape Age of Annihilation Molten Crustaceans on February 23rd, 2026. Yeah, 30 time. Yeah, no, Bill Flint, I appreciate that. You are a little late to the party, though. Just Ken referenced that same exact timestamp. A little previously in the chat. You can scroll up. I'm glad you found it, though. Yay. There might be other references to it even earlier. I don't know for sure, so that's why I'm saying by all means, people that want to waste their time can bother to waste their time. I think I potentially referenced it in other areas in earlier Renegade Cons because we had the crustaceans last year, 2025. So in my mind, I had thought I had referenced it or talked about it or wanted it earlier than that, but I don't know. So, and like I said, if anyone finds it earlier than February of this year, then that's the next winner, I guess. I don't know, the winner of this competition. All right, Major Blood. Oh no, we just finished Major Blood. Okay, sweet. Surrounded Jujos. Storm Shadow. I guess this is 2.0. When he goes over to the good side, the G.I. Joe side. Life 4, move 6, range 5, attack 3, defense 5. Super solid ninja. Good. So bonding with Jinsu Kamakura, Storm Shadow, Sneaky Shot. Once during your player turn, after Storm Shadow moves one or more spaces. Once during your player turn. And ends his movement. If he is unengaged, you may choose one figure within 5. And also, if you roll 13 or higher, the chosen figure takes. Oh, jeez. Well, okay. Basically, Sonlin's Dragon Swoop right there. It's just, during his movement, and if he's unengaged, which he has Phantom Walk, so that should be pretty easy. Double Assault once per turn after attacking an adjacent figure. He may attack one additional normal attack. Cool. Honestly, super solid. Dang, that stat line's super solid. Like, range 5, move 6, Phantom Walk, life 4, defense 5, super solid. You know, basically an auto damage ability for, what is it, any size figure? Yeah, choose one figure, any size figure. That's crazy. And then double assault, which again is always good. Honestly, super solid. And 100 points, man. They're locked in. I think they've done a really good job of making heroes shine. Like, these heroes are solid. Works off of any movement. Tanuki, Twilight. Oh no, seriously? Ha ha ha, you're right. Oh, that's crazy. That's really good. Dang. You're right. So you throw him in with the Twilight Clan or the Tanukis, he gets to be your a passive damage dealer. You're like, oh, Tanuki Ruki, let's just move Storm Shadow. Oh, yeah, let's roll the d20 really quick and wound you. Wow. That's good. I like that. That's really cool. Nicely done, Renegade. Well done, well done. Okay, Flint. What do we got here, Flint? What are we doing here, Flint? Mr. Flint. 5 life, 5 move, range 6, attack 3, defense 3, 75 points. Here we are. Solid stat block. Loving it. Unique soldier. Nice, nice. Okay, glide in 11. I think this is the same that we've always seen, right? This is the battlefield. Place on the battlefield before we go more over. Don't try to die. 11 or higher. Cannot place legends to any other figures. Surrounding this. And you move, and you're all right. Okay, so this is the same as Tuck. Same as Tuck. Tuck has the same ability. Then you may move all or unrevealed or markers to this surrounding card. Tactical Acumen. When Flint or a G.I. Joe or soldier figure control within 3 clear size space of Flint defends, it increases its defense value by 1 if Flint has height advantage on the attacking figure. Interesting. Huh. That's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't think... Yeah, interesting. So you're incentivized to glide him in into the highest height somewhere, but it's only within 3 clear sight spaces, so you kind of have to pod around him. That's pretty interesting. And it's a Joe or a soldier figure within 3. It gets an extra defense if he's higher than the enemy. So if he's higher, so same level is not great. So he has to have the highest height and maintain it. That's interesting. I don't know. That's okay. That's fine. I think that's interesting. Not crazy. Interesting. Life 4, move 5, range 6, attack 3, defense 5. Whoa, solid. Oh, right. She's like the tank or whatever. Yeah, she's the actual tank. Courtney, cover girl. Range 6, attack 2. So, okay. Major Q10. 4 attacks of 2. Super solid. G.I. Joe is there. Before taking a turn with Courtney, you may take a turn with a unique G.I. Joe or soldier hero you control. Okay, so she's an order marker hub, so you get to take a turn with her and other tanks or copters or heroes, anything really. But it has to be unique. Or soldier hero, so it could be a common soldier hero, which I think are the tanks, yeah. Armor support after using the battle ready special power on a hero you control and taking a turn with that hero, you may take a turn with this hero. Oh, interesting. Oh. So, okay, so battle ready lets you take a turn with the tank instead of some other unit, but because of that, this is allowing you to then take a turn with her still. So you're not losing activation issues when battle ready comes into play. Interesting. And then it has tank movement. Okay, cool. Honestly, super solid. I think I probably prefer this tank over the Cobra tanks, but that's not bad. And then this is the... Wait. Did I get the same? Oh. Whoops. I think I took a picture of the same card. It looks like I did. Oh, unless maybe... No, that's literally the same card. Oh. Oh, here we go. No, sorry. I just got two cards. I just got pictures of the card twice for some reason. Alright, mini tank Armadillo. Okay, so same stats as her. All the same abilities except for battle ready. Okay, so yeah, the potential to drop 8 attacks of 2 is crazy. Because you do the battle ready where you reveal the X and then take a turn with this common tank, and then that lets you take a turn with Cover Girl, and they both have the cluster cannon. 8 attacks of 2 is really good. That's going to be really good. Okay, Gung Ho. 5 life, move 6, range 5 attack, 2 defense 3, 80 points. My gosh, all these heroes are kind of in that perfect sweet spot with their stats and their point totals. Unique Hero Champion. What? No. Wait, human. Wait. Wait. Don't tell me, Knights of Weston, right? It's human champion, right? I'm right about this. I'm right about this. Ha 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 ha. Oh no. Oh no. We literally gave the Knights a range human champion range bonder. Oh no. For 80 points no less. Oh god. 6 move, 5 range. Now his attack's only 2, so okay, but let's see what the abilities are. Gung Ho and friendly figures within 2 spaces may choose to ignore any effects from terrain tiles they move on to. Oh my gosh. Freaking nuts. What? Oh jeez, he's helping the Knights. He's helping the Knights. They can ignore all terrain effects. The Knights won't get debuffed by lava or toxic. Combat challenge. Figures engaged with Gung Ho cannot make an attack unless the attack affects engaged figures. Yeah, exactly. So he takes the damage or the attacks, not the Knights. Oh my gosh. No fear, all fight. Gung Ho increases his attack and defensive values by 1 for each figure he's engaged with. Oh my gosh, there it is. That's the thing. Oh no. You guys, we just handed Knights of Weston an insane bonder for 80 points. That's crazy. And in contemporary, that's going to be totally legit. That's crazy, bro. 5 life, 3 defense is a little weak, admittedly. 6 movement solid, and range 5 is solid. So you can ping shot some early ping shots. You can keep up with the Knights, but the attack 2, defense 3 looks pretty trash until you realize, okay, he's keeping the Knights safe from terrain effects. And then when he rushes in to the front line, he just gets statted because he's forcing opponents to attack him instead of your Knights. And then especially if he's running into engagements, it's even worth taking 1 or 2 disengages just to get into your opponent's pod of whatever, 3, 4, 5 figures. You engage 3, 4 figures, your defense goes to 6 or 7, and then your attack goes to 5 or 6, and then you're bonding with Knights. So the minute you get engaged with this bro into the fray, man, into the fray, this dude just is statted the whole time. You ain't killing him, and then you still have to deal with Knights of Weston. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And again, because he's engaged with 3, 4, 5 figures, whatever that is, and your opponent's trying to deal with Knights, because they're engaged with him, they have to attack him. Oh, I'm engaged with 4 figures. My defense is 7. You have to attack me, though, not my Knights. That's crazy. We just handed Knights a range bonder, who's actually also really good in melee, turns out. Wow. That's crazy. What is this? A fierce ranger, human unique hero. Oh my. Oh well, 30 points. Life 4, 5 move, range 6, attack 1, defense 1. Okay. Well, what kind of tricks do you have up your sleeve? Rigorous training, beachhead attacks adds 1 automatic skull to his attack rolls. Because why not? Because why not? 1 attack and 1 defense, but auto skull and auto damage and swim. He doesn't stop moving in water. Okay, cool. Okay, so, 30-point filler. Honestly, for the Joes, that's kind of cool, right? I mean, he gets buffed by a lot of the Joe synergies, so his attack and defense can increase with a lot of the synergies that are presented. And for 30 points, that's decent range 6. Automatic skull and shield. I mean, it always guarantees he can do some damage. Bill Flint, is he good with McDirk Warriors? Oh, you're right. Broken bond with the McDirks as well. Absolutely. He's super good. Yeah, gung ho, man. Gung ho. Yeah. I don't think you would make him your champion. I think you would bring someone else to be the champion to get the attack bonus for the McDirks. But absolutely, I would use him as a frontline attacker. Why not? He takes all the focus, and the McDirks have only 2 defense, so it's tough to keep the McDirks safe. So him taking all the focus allows the McDirks to stay alive. Crazy. That is absolutely crazy. All right. Well, local time for me, you guys. It is 12:13 midnight. I've been talking for 3 hours. And you have all decided that it was worth your evening to stay and to listen and to participate and to enjoy this review. Because I will say that I did see some of these, but most of them I didn't. Some I heard about or just like someone mentioned explosion attack. And I was like, what? So revisiting these was super awesome. Talking about some of the synergies with you guys was also super awesome too, because there was definitely some synergies I wasn't considering or hadn't really thought about, or I was like, oh yeah, there's that, but no, I can't really put a finger on it. Like, for example, Gung Ho. Literally had no idea the dude was a human champion. Now I know Knights are going to be crazy. Are they going to be OP? Are they going to be meta? I don't know. I mean, they're going to be good, and absolutely that is a bonder you should consider now and forever. is Gung Ho with the Knights of Weston, or the McDirks for that matter. So yeah, no, I think there's a ton of new really good units coming down the pipeline that we have the opportunity to experience. So get excited. Heroscape is alive and well. This is just stuff that was leaked at GenCon, right? There's still some of the units I don't know 100% if all the units that were presented at GenCon had cards. I want to say that there were some that didn't, but that might have been the ones that we already showed on the papers. Got on late, but I'll go back and watch. Interest in your takes on the sneak peeks. Good night. Yeah, thanks, Aaron Mitchell. That's my brother-in-law, so yeah, keep an eye out for him. This was great. Really appreciate you guys hopping on, sticking around. I'm gonna head off, but in the comments, let me know if you have any questions or comments or other synergies. Tomorrow I should have my review of the GenCon experience up. That was okay. It was kind of a thrown together a few different thoughts and ideas. Wasn't like a full deep dive. I know I definitely probably missed some stuff in terms of good and bad feedback, or not bad feedback, but like good feedback and also some criticism. So look out for that. Provide your thoughts if you participated in Gen Con or heard something. Would love to hear your thoughts on your experience, so that Renegade can take those notes back and improve the experience for everybody, but also recognize what they did well. So that's it for me. I'd say that I was going to stay on if anyone had any questions or wanted to talk shop, but I've been talking for 3 hours, so I think I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and log off, but any last words? I thought there was something else I was going to say. Nope, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.